is here. Crowds roll loud, feel the fever near. Parkland pride is the night we own. KFMO Sports, the heart of the zone. Friday night, the battle's alive. On this field where legends thrive. KFMO, bring in the fire. High school dreams rising higher. Helmets crash under stadium lights. Blood, sweat, tears, fueling the fight. From the kickoff to the final score, Parkland grit forevermore. Friday night, the battle's alive. On this field where legends thrive. KFMO, bring in the fire. High school dreams rising higher. Helmets crash under stadium lights. Blood, sweat, tears, fueling the fight. From the kickoff to the final score, Parkland grit forevermore.
High school football on AM 1240 KFMO.
This is the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show on AM 1240 KFMO. Gilster Mary Lee has manufactured quality food products for over 125 years and is proud to be one of Southeast Missouri's largest employers. The Gilster Mary Lee pregame show on AM 1240 KFMO.
The North County Raiders will host the Rolla Bulldogs. It's homecoming from Bonne Terre, Missouri, currently having the homecoming festivities taking place on the field. Jared Pettis with you here in studio. Alongside me, it's Braden Cooley. And back out at Bonne Terre, Missouri, Connor Harbit and Glenn Berry on the call. Jace Odell and Jewel Booyer producing our video broadcast. You can find that online at KFMOsports.com or on our Facebook page, AM 1240 KFMO. It's a wonderful weather for a homecoming football game. We now send it out to the field. Connor Harbit and Glenn Berry. What's it looking like out there, fellas?
Well, at the moment here, Jared, I'm going to have to slightly disagree with you on that one. It is still a little bit hot here in Bonne Terre. Fortunately, the temperature shows it is going to cool down in a hurry. As that sun drops, so will the temperature. We should have some perfect weather here about maybe midway through the first quarter or so. But again, we are here at North County High School. Connor Harbit alongside Glenn Berry. Glenn, it's halfway through the season. We're in week 5, and it's hard to believe that we're already past that halfway point of the regular season, but we've really kind of determined the teams that maybe have some postseason aspirations and maybe some teams that have a little bit of work to do. In all honesty, I think our two teams tonight fall into the latter category. I think both teams are maybe not happy with the way things have gone so far this season. North County at 1-3, Rolla, a team that we'll have to talk a little bit about at length, 2-2 on the year. But these two teams, you still have a few weeks to turn things around, and it can all start tonight.
Yeah, and you're looking at a North County team that's used to winning. Even in the years that they haven't been some of the top teams in the area, they still have a winning attitude when they come out on the field. And I think right now they're looking for some answers, trying to figure out what they can do better. I know they're going to figure it out eventually because the coaching staff is good enough to help them do that. But right now they're not happy with that 1-3 record. They want to get back on the winning track again. And then on the other side, a team that we really don't know a whole lot about, although you said in pregame that you know a lot about them as well. They're 2-2 with Rolla. The Bulldogs look like that, they've got some weapons out there. That might be something that North County will have to pay attention to.
Yeah, absolutely. When we talk about the Rolla Bulldogs, if you didn't already know, came from the area here about a year and a half ago. The Waynesville Tigers, a frequent opponent of the Rolla Bulldogs, so I got to see this kind of senior class. I think the senior class was really the last class that I distinctly remember, but there are some real weapons in the senior class for the Rolla Bulldogs. They are big, they are aggressive, and they like to play power football. The quarterback, probably the largest quarterback you're going to find in the state of Missouri, 6'3", 245 pounds. I was walking onto the field to talk with head coach Derek Heflin. We'll hear about that in just a few moments. He is every bit of 6'3", 245. I'm not a short man by any means. I tipped the scales about 6'1", 180 or so. I felt dwarfed walking by him there. So he's going to be a major factor in this game. North County's defense going to be tested. But again, as you said, North County has some serious, they have the want to. They have the drive. They don't quit. So it's going to be interesting to kind of see how they attack this QB. Again, he's not the only player with size on this Rolla roster. You have some linemen who are going to tip the scales at about 300 pounds, but it's going to be one of those key factors, I think, today. How does North County deal with just this larger Rolla roster?
And, I think it's something you have to deal with every year when you're a team like North County or Farmington or any team in this area. Back in my day in high school, we played the people inside the old MAAA conference. So you played Central, you played North County, you played Farmington, you played teams like Potosi. That doesn't happen anymore. We see teams from out of the district that we don't know as much about. So when they come to town, it's a learning process to figure out, first of all, what do you got a key on, and then try to go out there and actually execute it. And that's much more difficult than looking at a team maybe 2 or 3 times a year and watching them 2 or 3 times a year and then playing them. So, every night is a challenge for these North County Raider coaches, and I'm sure for Rolla as well, to try to figure out North County and try to figure out what they can do to stop them.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it here tonight. It's also homecoming for North County, so the Raiders currently going through their homecoming festivities here at the moment. We'll take our first break, but again, a reminder that we're handing out some free pizza at the end of this one. As always, it's our Little Caesars Pizza Player of the Game. Little Caesars located in Farmington. They have lunch at a price you can afford. Get 2 slices in a 20-ounce drink for just $4.50. If you're feeling a little hungrier, add a half order of breadsticks for just $1 more. Or you can get 4 slices of deep dish and a 20-ounce drink for just $5.50. Available daily from 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Little Caesars in Farmington and Deloge. So we'll go ahead and take that first break here on the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show. When we come back, Jared had an opportunity to speak with North County head coach Brian Jones ahead of today's matchup. We'll have that interview for you in just a few moments. Again, we're here in Bonne Terre, North County High School. Varsity football coming up here on AM 1240 KFMO.
And escorted by Colton Bullock.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them.
Hey, Ben.
Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most. To find your local agent, visit shelterinsurance.com.
Scholar Bowl, Rho Kappa, National Honor Society.
Hi, this is Brian Jones of the North County Raiders, and you're listening to High School Football on AM 1240 KFMO.
Joining the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show by the head coach of the North County Raiders, Brian Jones. We saw you guys in week 1, Coach. Now it's week 5. It's crazy. We're already over the halfway point of the season. What have you learned about your team throughout the first 4 weeks, Coach? Joining the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show by the head coach of the North County Raiders, Brian Jones. We saw you guys in week 1, Coach. Now it's week 5. It's crazy. We're already over the halfway point of the season. What have you learned about your team throughout the first 4 weeks, Coach?
We're really consistent at being inconsistent.
That's kind of the theme with some of the teams around the area, that consistent of being inconsistent. And it's not just football. It's most of the sports, actually. Can that be attributed to some of the maybe athletes that had graduated and players finding new roles across the MAFC this year?
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely the case with us. I said last year that having an experienced line, I felt like would help our inexperienced skill players get acclimated to the game. Now we have experienced skill players and we have an inexperienced line, and there's been, those guys work really hard, but there's been some growing pains there, trying to, kind of figure out what is our best lineup, what things that, we got guys playing that's been, playing their first year of varsity football, or playing with their hand in the ground for the first time. So there's definitely been a tremendous learning curve for them to overcome. And quite frankly, this has not been the schedule for that fosters a lot of easy learning.
Very tough schedule, and once you get to the middle portion of it, it just gets even tougher. Rolla coming up this week. But can a tough schedule like this be good once you get to district play and you get to weeks 9, 10, 11, and 12?
No, because basically your district seeding is based on your win-loss, and mainly winning by 13 is really important. When this first started, when we first went to this district format, everybody thought play-up points was really important and really cool. So everybody was trying to schedule bigger schools and getting their teeth kicked in, but they were getting play-up points. Well, the reality is if you're playing a class above you and you lose by 13, you get the play-up points, but you only get 10 for playing up a class, so you're still -3. Whereas if you play somebody that's smaller than you or somebody that's not as good, and you win by 13, well, then you get the plus 13. So, you can look at what Perryville did last year, and that's a really good example of how important winning by 13 is each week. And then you can also look at Sykeston in our district. Every team on their schedule, they're getting play-up points, especially their conference games. They're getting at least 10, and if not 20. And look at where they're going to be sitting at the end of the in the week 9 when the district seeds get finalized. So that's I've never been big on playing going out and trying to find a grueling schedule. People that say that in our conference is really disrespecting our conference, because if you look at our conference, the last 2 years, a state finalist in Class 4 has come from our conference. So, our conference is competitive enough as it is, and it's getting more competitive with the turnaround at DeSoto and Windsor. And, so anybody that's a member of the MAFC, when they're scheduling non-conference games, they need to be looking for teams that they can win, by 14 or 13 rather. And, the other problem with that is the more success you have, the harder it is to find teams that want to play you where you have that advantage, or you have that opportunity to take an advantage of something like that.
Did you guys experience that the year after you guys had made that run to the semifinal?
Oh yeah. We're still we're experiencing that to a degree now. And we caught some teams. I'm gonna be real honest. At the end of 2019, when we were building the 20 and 21 schedule, we were 5-5 and 2-8. So, other schools looked at that and it was like, hey, we might, this might be a team that we can play, that we compete well with, not knowing what we had coming. Well, those guys are gone, and to be real honest, a lot of them are in their juniors and senior years of playing collegiate football. And but at the same time, now you go from being 5-5 and 2-8 to being 12 and 2 and 8 and 3, and you're trying to build a schedule, and everybody else in the state is trying to look for teams that they can get win by 13 against, and it makes scheduling really difficult. In fact, of all the tough things that go along with this, being in the seat that I'm sitting in right now, scheduling is without a doubt the absolute toughest and most frustrating.
Don't want to put you on the spot, but what would you change about the whole, I don't want to say state of Missouri, but would you change anything as far as what goes into scheduling? I know right now it's a 2-year contract, if I'm not mistaken. What would you change as far as anything to make it easier scheduling-wise for a young team or a team that is trying to develop certain players at certain positions?
Well, the first thing I would do is I would go back to the 14 districts like we had from about 1988 on through to about 2006 or 2007, I believe it was. That worked. We are what, 13 years, 14 years into this current system. The old system is not any worse than what we're dealing with now. They always talked about teams getting left out, and they always, at that time, they brought up the Carthage and Webb City rivalry, where Carthage would be 9-1, Webb City would be 10-0. They meet in the districts. Carthage would definitely would had an argument that they were better than a 10-game season, but they always ran into Webb City. That's not any better than a 2-7 playing or 1-8 even in some days. So, I don't like the district the way it is now. I think the young coaches like it. I think the old school guys, I don't think they like it. I think they're more in my boat, or we're all in the same boat as far as we like the way things were. And, in the end, Misha's going to have the final say, and you're just, you're either going to do what they like or you're not going to do it. So
coming up with this week, you have Rolla on Friday night, and it is homecoming. So popping circumstance aside, how difficult is it to get those kids focused for a Friday night kickoff?
It's my favorite week of the season. You know that. This year it has not been too distracting up to this point. We will see what Friday brings. Rolla's coming with some extra motivation. We went out there last year and kind of spoiled their homecoming, especially coming from behind to do it in a back and forth game. So I know that's fresh on their mind. They have an opportunity to come to our homecoming and do the same. So I'm sure they're looking forward to that.
Coach, best of luck. We'll talk to you after the game, and happy homecoming.
Thank you, guys.
That's Brian Jones, head coach of the North County Raiders. We'll be back with more after this on the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show on KFMO.
Welcome to Texas Roadhouse and Festus, where legendary flavor meets legendary fun. You know you've arrived the moment you see the sign. Step inside and feel right at home. From our famous fresh-baked rolls to hand-cut steaks grilled to perfection. Every meal is made fresh, served with a smile. Legendary food, legendary service coming together for a legendary experience. Only at Texas Roadhouse and Festus.
Back here on the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show, Connor Harbit with you for AM.
Joining the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show by the head coach of the St. Genevieve Dragons, Jay Pope. And Coach, it's week 4. We're to the midway point of the season.
The Rolla Bulldogs, Coach Derek Heflin. Coach, 2-2 on the season for your Bulldogs. How have things gone? I know this will be my first chance, obviously, to Bulldogs. How's the season gone for you guys?
Our 2 losses came to 2 top-ranked teams in one in Missouri and one in Arkansas. We're building off of what we like to return from last year. We brought back most of our skill guys, but we're young up front. So it's been a learning experience for those guys, but so far we're working and building and hoping to start hitting our stride pretty soon as we get into district play sooner than later.
I wanted to ask you about that senior class because I was calling games for Waynesville just a couple of seasons ago, so I got to see some of these guys as they kind of grew up through the program, and some of these guys have really blossomed. Of course, Easton Smith, the quarterback. I know a couple of other guys. Don't have my roster in front of me right now, but some of those guys who are playing as sophomores and juniors, they've really blossomed, and it seems like this is a very strong senior class.
7 or 8 of our guys started as sophomores. A couple of them actually end up starting a few games at the end of their freshman year. This will be my 3rd year. We're getting way better in the weight room. We're doing a lot of good things. We're laying a really good foundation for the future, but these guys have been the building block of that. And they're great leaders, and they're good athletes and even better kids. So it makes it enjoyable to come to work every day for sure.
I wanted to ask you about being independent as well. I know Rolla, an independent program without a conference here at the moment with the breakup of the Ozark a few years ago. How's that kind of affected the program over the last couple seasons?
It's been kind of a cool experience because, this is the first time I've ever been to Bonne Terre, Missouri, and we get to go a lot of places. Last year we went to Arkansas. Next year we're going to Illinois. And for about 20 plus years we were stuck in that Springfield area down I-44. So it gives a chance to branch out. Next week we're at St. Mary's and then St. Dominic. So, we go all over the state. For the football program, it's not been a bad thing. For our other sports, it's a little tougher finding games and doing things, but it seems like Friday nights are still important. Everybody wants to make sure they got one of those, and we were able to put a schedule together and do some things, and it's good for our kids, and I think it prepares us well for the postseason.
Another hot one here tonight, at least until the sun goes down. Should be very nice by the end of this game. But how have your boys been handling kind of the heat here early on in the season? I know there's been a couple games where the temperature's been about 90 degrees at kickoff. How have the boys kind of handled that heat?
Yeah, it really hasn't been an issue for us. Last week we had to play on a Thursday due to a referee shortage, and it was a hot one. But before that, it wasn't too bad. It really is not something. With our summer and spring conditioning, it's something I think our kids are good and they're in shape, and it's not been really an issue.
Tonight's opponent, the North County Raiders. Keys to the game tonight.
We're all play ball. Okay. We got to win the line of scrimmage. That was something last week. We played the number 2 team in Class 6 in Arkansas, and they dominated the line of scrimmage, and we couldn't stop the run. So that's something we've got to build off of and got to improve, and just keep working towards that and keep building off the things we've been successful with the last 4 weeks, and just keep working and grinding and staying with the process and pushing things to be successful.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Coach. I appreciate it. Good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you after the game.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
That was the head coach of the Rolla Bulldogs joining Connor Harbit. We will take a break, come back, and what we have is the out-of-town scoreboard. We're almost time for football in Week 5. North County and Rolla coming up in just a bit. The out-of-town scoreboard, courtesy of Mineral Area Overhead Door, follows this break. It's the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show on AM 1240 KFMO.
Trust your ride.
Hungry for the best seafood in town? Look no further than Catfish Kettle in Farmington. Dive into golden crispy catfish, mouth-watering crab cakes, and savory grilled salmon, all made fresh and full of flavor. But that's not all. There's so much more to explore on their delicious menu, perfect for family dinners or a night out. Catfish Kettle has something for everyone. Come hungry, leave happy.
Catfish Kettle, over 37 years of great food, great service, and bad parking.
When you can't be bothered to fuss with being your own barista, McDonald's McCafe has every cup to make a busy day delicious. With any size for the same price, get a premium roast coffee for $1.69, iced coffee for $2.29, and specialty coffee for $3.29. Don't stress over the mess of making it yourself, whether you like things simple with a premium roast coffee or sweet with an iced caramel macchiato. We'll do the coffee crafting for you, any way you like.
You're watching high school football on KFMO Sports Live. You're watching high school football on KFMO Sports Live. You're watching high school football on KFMO.
One final time on the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show. It's time to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. And total, including our broadcast game, there are 7 games that we're keeping an eye on. Outside of ours, there's 6. Let's get into those with the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Mineral Area Overhead Door. And we start the out-of-town scoreboard in Sikeston, where the 1-3 Sikeston Bulldogs, you heard Brian Jones mention Sikeston, play the 3-1 Farmington Knights. Now they host Farmington. That'll be a big game for the Knights as they're coming off of a crushing defeat last week against Jackson. The 3-1 Central Rebels, well, they're in St. Genevieve taking on conference opponent, the 4-0 St. Genevieve Dragons. Festus is 4-0. They host 3-1 Hillsboro. And Potosi is 1-3, looking for a win as they've lost the last couple of times out. They're playing 0-4 Fredericktown. It's been a rough go of it for the Black Cats. They're being outscored this year 163-21. They haven't scored since the fourth quarter of week 1. The Black Cats have been shut out in 3 straight weeks. It's a battle of 4-0 teams in Caruthersville, where the Tigers host the Valley Catholic Warriors. And the DeSoto Dragons, who are 1-3, play at Windsor. The Owls, a hot start to the season under Lee Freeman in his second year. Windsor is 3-1. DeSoto is 1-3. We'll keep tabs on all of those games throughout the night here in Studio Central in Park Hills. Out-of-town scoreboard check, courtesy of Mineral Area Overhead Door at 1020 Woodlawn Drive, just north of Farmington. Providing over 40 years of great service to their customers. Visit them at mineralareadoor.com. That'll wrap things up on the Gilster Mary Lee pregame show. When we come back, it's time for Boyd & Associates kickoff from Bonne Terre, North County, and Rolla. It's homecoming in Week 5 on KFMO.
Struggling with your car but don't have a reliable shop? Wade's Auto Service is a complete maintenance and repair shop in the Parkland area since 2015. Locally owned and operated, Wade's Auto Service wants to be your first choice for all your auto service and repair needs. Plus, they offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile part and labor warranty. Trust Wade's Auto Service, 228 East Harrison Street in Farmington, or give them a call at 573-664-1302.
Shop, earn, redeem. You deserve it. With You Choose Rewards and your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard, you can earn points for the rewards you want most. Redeem your points for cash, merchandise, gift cards, or travel. Visit YouChooseRewards.com to register. Then use your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard to earn points. Stock up on groceries, order takeout, watch streaming services, gas up your vehicle, or upgrade your wardrobe, and redeem the points you earned for the rewards you want. The choices are endless. Ozarks Federal, the homeowners bank. Always loyal, always local. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Chris Morrison for your personal price plan today.
watching high school football on KFMO Sports Live. Watching high school football on KFMO Sports Live.
And a good evening to you and yours. We are here at North County High School here in Bonne Terre, set for week 5 of the high school football season. The North County Raiders host the Rolla Bulldogs. Connor Harbit on the call tonight alongside Glenn Berry. Up top, Jace Odell and Jewel Booyer running camera. Live video tonight on KFMOsports.com and on Facebook at AM 1240 KFMO. And of course, back in studio, Jared Pettis and Braden Cooley. Glenn, again, you heard in the pregame, North County went to Rolla last year, spoiled their homecoming. Rolla has the same chance to do it tonight, but this one's going to be hard to call because, again, we talked about how big Rolla is and how they're going to have that size advantage tonight. But North County's kind of got that drive, that will to win. I think Rolla definitely comes in as the favorites, but I don't know if we can decide it just before the ball's kicked tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a game that you have to execute your plays, and you've got to do what you plan to do whenever this week started. So what's going to happen here is you're going to see a Rolla team come to town with a huge quarterback, and that quarterback is probably going to be keyed on all night long. Meanwhile, North County is going to have to figure out a way to get through that offensive line to make him have to move around a little bit or maybe be uncomfortable in the pocket, whatever the case might be. On the other flip side of that, offensively, North County has got to, I think, get the ball, control the ball, eat up a lot of time, and get it down into the end zone and score, and limit the mistakes. Don't be turning the ball over. Don't be committing dumb penalties or anything else. Get out there and actually, control the clock most of this half and the second half as well, and they could come away the win.
Absolutely. So Rolla won the coin toss. They have deferred to the second half. So it will be North County. I've been doing that all week. North County, Bonne Terre. It is very much North County here in Bonne Terre and Deloge as well. They will receive the opening kickoff. They'll be on offense first here as we start week 5 of the high school football season. 2 players back to receive here for North County. Brady Duncan and Jackson Sherfus to receive for the Raiders. Set to kick it away. That'll be Colton Petersmith for the Bulldogs. Petersmith, you heard me talk about the senior class with head coach Derek Heflin ahead of today's matchup. Petersmith, definitely one of those players. Wide receiver, defensive back, but also doing a little bit of kicking here as well. North County 1-3 on the season. Rolla 2-2. Rolla trying to get back above 500 on that independent schedule. North County trying to again reclaim some of that lost momentum. Peter Smith puts the ball on the tee. He'll step it off and we'll get underway as the sun starts to drop. The moon is out, the stands are full, and we're playing football here in Bonne Terre tonight. Well, not just yet. As the kickoff is whistled dead, we got a flag, and it looks like somebody maybe was offsides for Rolla.
Yeah, I think that time the kicker ran up to the ball and maybe stumbled for just a second, but his timing wasn't quite right. And some of the guys on the offensive side of this kickoff got across the line before he had a chance to kick the football.
So we will try it again after marking it back 5 yards. What we just learned, though, Pierce Smith does have a bit of a leg. That ball was headed toward the pylon, left side of the end zone. So we'll try it again, kicking from the 35-yard line.
Kind of had a weird feel to it when he approached the ball. It was almost like he was going to kick it and then stuttered for a second, and I think that threw the offense off just a bit, and they stepped over the line.
Your Boyd & Associates opening kick, turning complicated matters into simple concepts. John Boyd with Boyd & Associates has been bringing accounting integrity, character, client focus, and dedication to our local community for 20 years. Ball's fielded about the 5-yard line. On the return, Brady Duncan going up the right sideline. He's got some room. He's to the 45 midfield before he's finally pushed out of bounds, and North County will begin this game inside Rolla territory. They'll place it at the Bulldog 49. Brady Duncan, last time we saw him was back in week 1. Had a couple of touchdown catches late in the game. Already making big plays tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, I didn't even see the guy that tackled him where he came from, because it looked like all he had to do was beat the actual kicker to go the distance, and the guy who tackled him just kind of came out of nowhere and hit him just right to knock him off stride.
So out comes Brady McClure and the North County offense. Get your starting lineups, your American Family Insurance starting lineups after this first play. It'll be shotgun formation, Lashley in the backfield, 3 wide receivers left and 1 to the right. Receivers to the left include Kyle Strawn and Jackson Sherfus. McClure takes a snap. It's a handoff to Lashley, but he's hit and immediately taken down. He was hit at the point of transfer that time. It's going to be a loss of 2. It'll be second down and 12. So let's go ahead and meet the starting lineup for your North County Raiders tonight. It will be the junior Brady McClure at quarterback and Lashley in the backfield. He'll be kind of a fullback running back combo. 4 wide receivers listed. That's the senior Kyle Strawn, sophomore Kendrick Simon, senior Brady Duncan, and junior Jackson Sherfus. And then the 5 up front, it'll be the senior McKinley Lynn. How about senior Sam Love, junior Colton Bullock, junior Thaddeus Kay, and senior Logan McCarty. Going to the air on second down, it's a big gain. McClure's pass complete to Kyle Strawn. It's good for about,
37-yard line, first down.
math is hard, how about 16 yards?
I tell you what, Strawn went out there. He kind of came out like, he was kind of being a little bit disguised, and he came out and stopped, and he stood there for a couple of seconds before he was actually seen.
Fake handoff here to Lashley. Looking for maybe that screen. McClure saw he didn't have it, decides to keep it himself, and he's going to find solid yardage for it. Finds about 7 or 8. A good carry here for McClure.
That absolutely looked like it had no chance to go anywhere. I thought it was going to be a loss, actually, because as McClure started to go around the right side, he had guys in his face the whole way, but he just accelerated and then leaped at the last moment to pick up a couple of extra yards.
North County moving the ball here to begin this opening drive. Again, you heard it's a gain of 7, which means second down and 3. Same formation, shotgun, Lashley to the left, 3 wide receivers right. Man set in motion, that is Duncan. Flag before the snap, plays whistle dead. It's going to be a false start on North County. That will back him up 5 yards. It'll turn it into a second down and 8.
Don't remember how many games ago it was. I've only done this one game this year, but last year I remember watching a North County team come down the field, get into opposing territory quickly, look almost unstoppable, and then killing themselves with penalties. That's something they can ill afford to do here tonight, as they've got a little bit of momentum going, but now they're backed up to about a 2nd and 8, it looks like.
After this play, we'll go ahead and meet the Rolla starting defense. I will go ahead and warn you, need to do it in numerical order tonight. But I'll try to identify the positions as we go down. Again, second down and 8. McClure in shotgun. Hands it off to Lashley, moving to his left. Trying to follow McKinley Lynn through the gap. Still on his feet somehow, able to get away from the would-be tackler, and is able to find a yard or 2. I thought that was almost guaranteed to be a loss. Somehow Lashley came out of the pile and ended up finding about, I'd say about maybe a yard.
Yeah, he looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield, but somehow he just kept plugging, backed up a little bit, and then took another run at that pile, and he at least picked up some positive yardage.
So let's go ahead and quickly meet here this Rolla starting defense before this 3rd down and 7. It'll be the senior defensive back, Jack Mrozkowitz, and another defensive back in Cruz Wilkins. Another defensive back, Michael Hamer, and then 2 two-way players, defensive lineman Easton Smith and defensive back Blaine Sababo. You'll have another defensive back in Chance Wilkins, linebacker Patrick Kell. It'll be Cameron Moore, another linebacker here for you, and then the 5 up front, Landon Taylor, some of your defensive linemen tonight, Landon Taylor, Andrew Clardy, Kevin Hyatt, Morgan Harness, Peyton Fuller, and Justice Brown. Again, some of the players you'll see tonight, that your starting defense for the Rolla Bulldogs. No gain on 3rd down means it'll be 4th down and 7, but very much in 4-down territory. North County going to go for it. Looking to pass. McClure steps out of the pocket, but he's got nowhere to go. He's sacked behind the line. Quarterback sack on the sack. Player I didn't even mention. Forgot the one there at the bottom there. That's Jakari Haggins. 6 foot, 265 pounds. Gets the quarterback sack, and Rolla's first drive ends in a turnover on down. I should say North County's first drive ends in a turnover on downs.
Well, that time he backed up and he was looking, I think, for a pass down the left side, but nobody was open, and that defensive line again in North County's backfield. They've done that several times here tonight, and McClure just had absolutely nowhere to go with it.
So Easton Smith will lead the Bulldogs out on offense. They'll stack it. 1 fullback, a couple wingbacks, play whistle dead, and we're going to get false start here on Rolla. It was a planned handoff to one of your wingbacks, that being Terrell Simmons.
Penalty marker on the field, illegal procedure.
But it's a legal procedure, and that will back up the Bulldogs. They'll start their drive, 1st down and 15 on the 35-yard line.
It's not a big penalty right now, but it is one of those penalties. It's got to have your coach shaking his head, because after coming up with a big fourth down stop, you got a little momentum there, and first thing that happens, somebody leaves a little bit too quick.
Smith again under center, first down and 15. Man set in motion, it's a pitch out to the right. Colton Petersmith on the carry. He's hit. Jesse Johnson stands him up after about a gain of 6.
Colton Petersmith on the carry.
It'll be second down and 9 incoming. They'll get those penalty yards back, but it will be second down and 9. Let's quickly meet the Rolla starting offense. Again, just going to kind of do this in numerical order. As you heard, Terrell Simmons, he'll be one of the starting running backs here tonight. Colton Petersmith, a wingback as well. You also see Jack Morozkowitz as well. At quarterback, it's Easton Smith, 6'3", 245 pounds, part of that senior class. You also have Blaine Sababo. He'll appear as a wide receiver. Running back, that's Hayden Emery. He'll kind of operate as a fullback as we get another illegal procedure here to back Rolla up 5 more yards. So back to where we started here at second down, about 15. Then the 5 up front, again, Landon Taylor, Andrew Clardy, Buck Hyatt, Morgan Harness, Peyton Fuller, and Justice Brown. Those are your American Family Insurance starting lineups. Agent Harry Peterson, located at 700 West Karsh Boulevard in Farmington. The Harry Peterson American Family Insurance Agency is proud to protect the dreams of families right here in our community, because supporting you off the field is just as important as cheering with you in the stands. We'll get the North County defense after this play.
That's 4 penalties on Rolla already.
Handoff here, going up the middle. That is that running back fullback, Hayden Emery. 5'9", 200 pounds, a bit of a bowling ball kind of player. He'll find a significant chunk here. Make it actually about 12 yards on his first carry of the day. It'll be third down, but third down and 3.
That was one of those things where he started up the gap, and man, he just wouldn't be stopped. And North County had about 3 or 4 guys trying to bring him down. They're going to have to get him down lower and get him on the ground, because that time he picked up a huge chunk.
So it will be third down and 3. Another handoff to Emery. This time, though, North County's able to swarm to the ball. They push him away. It'll be fourth down. And Rolla's got a choice to make. They're around midfield, but it will be fourth down and about, well, they'll say no gain, so fourth down and 3. I'll tell you what, we're going to put off naming that North County defense, because we got to see what happens here on this next play.
Yeah, I think they're going to go for it, and this is a big play. If North County can get the stop, they get the ball back again on Rolla's side of the field.
So they're going to line it up, same formation, 2 wingbacks, a fullback, 1 wide receiver to the left. Smith under center, trying to get him the jump. Now we'll look toward the armband. North County not going to bite. Now they'll reclaim under center. Another handoff to Emery. He's got the first down. Needed 2 and got about 5. First down, Rolla. So first down and 10 in the Raider territory we go. Ball on the 47. Let's meet the North County starting defense. It is 4 up front. The senior Logan McCarty and sophomore Ryder McDowell. McCarty on the defensive end. McDowell, one of your defensive tackles. Sophomore Weston Weibel, the other defensive tackle, and senior McKinley Lynn is your other defensive end on the right side. 4 defensive backs, senior Brady Duncan, sophomore Ian Marler, junior Cole Mullins, and senior Kyle Strawn, and 3 linebackers, junior Jackson Scherfus, junior Jesse Johnson, and junior Noah Lashley. Easton Smith going deep, looking down the right sideline. That ball is caught. No, they're going to say it hit the ground. Incomplete. We do have a flag back at around the original line of scrimmage as well. Intended receiver on the play. That was Blaine Sababo. Almost had it, but I guess it hit the ground. He had her back to the press box here. Couldn't see that ball hit the ground, but again, there is a flag thrown at the line of scrimmage. May not have counted anyway.
Well, that pass was actually thrown in a good spot. It was thrown just over his right shoulder as he goes up to get it. He's the only guy that can reach it. The North County defender had no chance at catching that at all, and they're going to wave off the flag, it looks like. So either way, it's an incomplete pass, and Rolla will come up with a second down and 10. But again, he had it. He just couldn't hang on to it as he was going down.
Yeah, that was a great ball there from Smith. Just over the outstretched hands of the defensive back. That was Brady McClure playing at that time.
Wonder if that was another illegal procedure and they just felt bad and said, let's wave it off.
Handoff here to Emery on first down. He's tripped up but falls forward after another gain of about 7 or so. And it looks like Emery's going to be the one who gets the lion's share of the carries. Again, bowling ball of a player, 5'9", 200 pounds. He kind of lines up about a yard or 2 behind the quarterback, and they're just going to give it to him up the gut.
Yeah, he's already got that leverage with that small size. He's down low, and he's going to be able to move some people around.
Gain of 6 means third down and 4. And set in motion, but it's a quarterback keeper here for Smith. He's going to lower the shoulder. Might be a yard shy. Smith, his first carry of the night.
Cole Mullins and Noah Lashley on the tackle.
Noah Lashley on the tackle, and it's going to be 4th down for the second time here on this drive. 4th and 1. Ball on the North County 38-yard line. Rolla needs to get to the 37.
Now, you told me in pregame that these guys were going to run the ball a lot, and that's what they've done a lot here so far with an occasional pass.
Already halfway through the first quarter, 5:40 on the clock. Handoff to Emery. He's got another first down.
Hayden Emery
and it looks like he got about 4 on the play. Enough for a first down, and Rolla, for the second time on this drive, converts on 4th down.
You know, this guy reminds me of a guy that I went to school with years ago, the late Albert Tucker. He was one of the best nose guards in this conference, and he was just a little old guy, and one of the reasons he was so good is he was underneath his guy all the time, pushing up with that leverage.
First down and 10, ball in the 34. We'll take it back to the studio after this play. Our first scoring update of the night. Smith sends a man in motion, but the play is whistled dead. That's illegal procedure. Somebody jumped, and we'll back it up. It'll be first down and 15 here for the Bulldogs. Third time they've been whistled for illegal procedure on this drive. Back to the studio. Jared, what do you have for us?
I got 3 touchdown scores, 2 within the first 2 minutes and 1 6 minutes in. St. Genevieve leads Central 7-0 on a passing touchdown with halfway done in the first quarter. Valley Catholic scored in the first minute. Evan Fowler, 6-yard rushing touchdown, point after good. DeSoto leads Windsor on a 38-yard rushing touchdown, 7-zip. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jared. We'll be checking in throughout the night. Again, 7 games we're watching in our area. The illegal procedure penalty means first down and 15. Ball back to the 39-yard line of the Bulldogs. Pitch out, moving to the right. Peter Smith jukes back inside. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage and a couple yards more. Peter Smith will get about, they'll give him 6. Second time he's gained 6 yards tonight, 12 yards on 2 carries. Second down and 9.
Well, North County held the ball for about 3 minutes on their first possession. Ever since the 9:07 mark, it has been Rolla's ball, and they have not given it up. A couple of 4th down conversions. They're running the ball a lot, and they're just going to keep that offense going.
Smith again under center. Rolla just very good at building long drives. Another handoff to Emery for another 6 yards or so. And it'll be 3rd down and 2. I told Jared the story several times of a game a couple years ago. Rolla in Waynesville. 4 total drives for Rolla all game. Held the ball for about 30 minutes and won 28-7.
Wow.
Scored on all 4 of their drives, but only had 4 drives in the game total.
Yeah, that's old-fashioned football right there. That's just running it up the gut, and right now they're doing that, especially Emery.
It's definitely a Rolla team that likes to run under head coach Derek Heflin. Smith, quarterback keeper, bounces to the right. Nice tackle and open field there by Noah Lashley, but he's got enough for the first down. Needed 3. Smith finds 5. First down and 10, Rolla.
Well, that's 10 plays total they've run on this drive so far. They've had only 1 pass, actually 11 plays on this particular drive. They've had only 1 pass in this particular drive, and they've had 3 first downs, and they've got another one here as they're moving down toward North County's goal line.
Yeah, they placed the ball at the 22. For reference, this drive started on the Rolla 40-yard line. They haven't actually gone all that far, about 50 yards or so, but they've done it all just about 6-7 yards at a time. Smith under center, going back to pass. No, excuse me, that's not Smith. That is actually Sababo going for the corner of the end zone. That ball is caught. Touchdown, Rolla. So it wasn't Smith under center, it was Blaine Sababo, but he found his man right behind the pylon in the front of the end zone. That was the big tight end going on the route there. That would be Cameron Brown. Part of that senior class, makes the catch, a 22-yard touchdown pass, and Rolla strikes first here with 3:04 left to go in the first.
Well, he fooled everybody, and in fact, he fooled the defensive back. Kind of threw it up there for a jump ball over there in the corner, but the receiver, a little taller than the defender, he was able to pull it down.
On to attempt the PAT. Up And through the uprights, that was Carter Reeves.
Carter Reeves on for the extra
Adds the extra point. Extra point brought to you by Complete Vision Care, offering quality eye care, premium eyewear, and a customized visual solution for every patient. Locations in Leadington and Festus. The ideal choice for your routine exams and anything regarding your eye care since 1966. A long drive for Rolla leads to a touchdown pass. 22 yards, Blaine Sababo to Cameron Johnson. We'll come right back. North County will get the ball back. You're listening to high school football here in the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240 KFMO.
For over 120 years, Gilster Mary Lee's products have been enjoyed in homes all across America. The grocery industry is essential and growing, and so is Gilster Mary Lee. As a private label grocery manufacturer, Gilster Mary Lee has a fleet of over 200 commercial tractors and 900 dry vans, and are currently hiring long-haul and regional company drivers. The loads are round trips, so drivers are home every week. If you're ready for a career with a company that's been in business for over a century, contact Mike Welker at 1-800-851-5371.
High school football on KFMO is brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Chris Morrison in Farmington, Lambert's Cafe in Sykeston, Mineral Area Overhead Door in Farmington, Ozarks Federal Savings and Loan in Farmington, Southeast Missouri Mental Health in Farmington, and by Complete Vision Care, locations in Leadington and Festus.
Well, it's another great return for North County, and they're going to get some extra yards here at the end of it. On the return, that was Ian Marler. And then he was grabbed by the collar on his way down. So the horse collar penalty, all kinds of flags coming in. That was a very obvious horse collar at that. North County is going to start their second drive with some good field position. But it is 7-0. Rolla leads this one, a 22-yard touchdown pass. Babo to Cameron Johnson. Second time Rolla went to the air. Second different player to throw a pass. Second time was the charm. So again, they'll add 15 yards to the end of the return, which will place the ball at the Rolla 47-yard line. It was a low ground ball kick. Marler in that second line, able to pick it up. Evaded a couple would-be tacklers, able to kind of bounce it out to the left. And then as you heard, the tackler on the play grabbed him by the horse collar, by the collar and pulled him down. Can't do that.
Sometimes those things are hard to judge, but that one was not, because you could see it from way up here as well. He grabbed him in the back and just pulled him down.
Empty backfield. Quick pass out to Lashley. Makes the catch at about the 41. Gets to the 39. Solid gain here on first down. It's a gain of 8 on the play. Second down and 2 incoming. That was a quick pass designed as it should be. There was only one target on the play, and McClure had it.
That last drive by Rolla was 12 plays and 6 minutes and 3 seconds off the clock, picking up the touchdown on the pass from Sababo to Brown, and the PAT was good, 7-0 Rolla.
2:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Again, empty backfield. This time, McClure will throw it to the left, looking for Kyle Strawn, but the pass was too short. Didn't put enough on it. Falls at the feet of Strawn. First incompletion thrown today by McClure. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Well, McClure had him there, but it was kind of it was kind of one of those plays that didn't look like it came off right, and McClure had him open over there, threw it a little bit at his feet, and he just could not get under it.
3rd down and short. We're most likely in 4-down territory.
Yeah, I think if you're North County, you got to hope to get a good drive out of this and not just go 3 or 4 and out and give it right back to Rolla.
Now, with the way Rolla plays, you won't get as many drives as maybe you're accustomed to. McClure on the keeper, trying to bounce it out toward the right sideline, tripped up and falls short of the line to gain. Falls inbounds as well, although that doesn't matter too much here in the first quarter. He gains 2. It will be 4th down and 1. And if I was to make a guess, I think Coach Jones is going to have North County go for it here. Not much to lose if you don't find it, but you'd like to think you can gain the 1 yard.
Yeah, last time they started on the Rolla 49, wound up turning the ball back over on the 40. Let's see if they can get past that 37.
Shotgun formation with Lashley in the backfield. It's 2 wide receivers lined up to the right. Man just off the line to the right, that being Jackson Scherfus, and then a wide receiver lined up left. That's Strawn. Option play, pitch out to Lashley. Needs to try to get around the would-be tackler, and I think he didn't get there. I think Rolla able to get to him in time. It's a loss of 1, and for the second straight drive, North County will turn the ball over on downs. That was a test of speed that time. Lashley against the linebacker that time, that being Michael Hamer. And Hamer just simply got to the sideline first.
Well, that drive took about 2 minutes and about 5 seconds off the clock. And North County moved the ball really from their 47 down to about the 38 of Rolla, or from the Rolla 47 to the Rolla 38. And they kind of got backed up there on those last 2 plays, and that kept them from getting the first down. So now you expect Rolla to go back to more running offense.
They are going to line up with 2 wide receivers to the left this time. There is 1 wing back. Easton Smith going back to pass, just going to chuck one downfield. It's one-on-one coverage. Leaping up is Peter Smith, made the catch at about the North County 33-yard line. It was good coverage to a point, but it looks like the North County defensive back just simply lost Peter Smith down the left sideline. Peter Smith saw that the pass was a little bit short, adjusted, and made the catch for the big gain.
Yeah, that was a great job by Peter Smith that time. He just turned around, went back to the ball, and got it. And he's got the size on the defender just a bit, so he was able to get in front of him and actually block him from getting to that ball and pull down that long pass.
Ball's placed on the 33-yard line. It was a gain of 28 yards. Here's a keeper for Smith. Somehow stays on his feet and is all the way in. No, touchdown saving tackle from Kyle Strawn. I thought he was certainly the scorer, but how did Easton Smith keep himself up? Somehow was able to keep that knee off the turf and is given another big gain from the 33 all the way down to the 5-yard line. Gain of 28 on the ground for Smith.
And I think
28-yard gains.
I think also that another player there real close to him kind of looked like him, and as the ball was going through, it looked like a couple of guys collided. The one player went down, and I think because of that, the quarterback was able to stay up on his feet.
25 seconds left to go in the first. Handoff up the middle to Emery. He'll find a yard and not much more. It'll be second down and goal. Emery, his 7th gain or 7th carry of the game.
Well, North County needs a stop. They need to get this drive stopped if they can, because the momentum is really in Rolla's favor. And you know the way they play ball. They're not going to turn the ball back to North County very quickly when they're running, and that's the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, we'll swap sides. We'll head to the other side for the first time in this one. Rolla knocking on the door, trying to make it a 2-score game after 1. It's the Bulldogs 7, the North County Raiders nothing. We'll come back here in a few moments with that second quarter. You're listening to High School Football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240 KFMO.
I'm Dr. Derek Wiles. Come see me at Complete Vision.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Hi, this is Trent Quiava, owner of Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress located in Park Hills. Come in now and enjoy all of our top savings with all the top name brands. We have Smith Brothers, Ashley, Southern Motion, England, and many more. We have all the top name appliances as well. LG, GE, Frigidaire, Bosch, and we offer mattresses. We offer free delivery and setup with 0% financing. Come in now and see our perfect selection and our perfect piece for you. Let us turn your house into a home at Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress, located on St. Joe Drive in Park Hills.
Sports Live. You're watching high school football on KFMO Sports Live.
Park Hills, Walmart Supercenters, and Farmington and Deloge. And by New Era Bank.
Easton Smith under center, second down and goal as we start the second quarter. It's a pitch out to Peter Smith into the end zone. Touchdown, Rolla, wasting no time picking up the touchdown as we move into the second quarter. Rolla takes a 13-0 lead pending the PAT. And that drive a little bit quicker than the first, assisted along by back-to-back 28-yard gains. 11:55 left to go in the quarter. On to attempt the PAT. Carter Reeves. Again, extra points brought to you by Complete Vision Care, the ideal choice for glasses, contacts, and suitable eye health since 1966. Left-footed kicker. Snap is good, holds good. Kick is low, but through the uprights. Make it a 14-0 ball game.
Got a flag on the near side here. I don't know what that's going to be for.
Well, the kick was good, but like Glenn said, there is a flag. Somebody may be offsides. If it's on North County, obviously you can decline it and take the point.
kind of funny is the official on the near side threw the flag. The other officials, I guess, didn't see it. They were walking off like they were getting ready to set up for the kickoff, and he kind of waved them down and brought them back, and it may be on Rolla here because they're coming back to the line.
So that'll make the kick just a little bit harder, although I will say Reeves did have enough distance to make it, assuming it's a 5-yard penalty. And that it will be. Well, hold on. We need the ball. That might be important. Now we've got it, and now we can get back to it. Actually, they're going to place the ball at the original spot.
Not sure what just happened there.
But they're going to retry the kick. Again, it's Reeves, left-footed kicker. Again, the snap's good, hold's good. And for the second straight time, Reeves will put it through the uprights. Now we can say it's 14-0. Rolla. 4-yard touchdown run for Colton Petersmith puts the Bulldogs up by 2 scores. It's 14-0 with 11:55 left to go here in the second quarter. We'll come right back. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240 KFMO.
Everybody's going home. Pool and spa.
Turn your backyard into paradise with Home Pools and Spas in Leadington. From in-ground pool installations, a durable liner, or sleek fiberglass design to year-round pool and spa services. And the retail store is open all year long to help maintain your pool and spa. Trust Home Pools and Spas to make your backyard the ultimate retreat. Visit them today and they'll bring your vision to life. Home Pools and Spas, where paradise begins.
In Farmington.
Solid kick from Petersmith, going to be fielded about at the goal line. Whistle. And are they going to say touchback? I think so. Was it called touchback? Was his knee down? Brady Duncan received the kickoff.
Speaking of kickoffs, I don't know if you got to watch Thursday Night Football last night.
I did not.
I've not been a big fan of the new NFL kickoff rule.
Yes, I know what you're talking about, though.
And last night, because the kicker didn't kick it far enough, there was a penalty which put it on the 40-yard line, which just to me was, we had a great game going. It was tied up. Arizona tied it up late, and it looked like, man, this is going to be a classic game, maybe even overtime. And then you kind of, like a technicality, puts them on the 40. It's all right for the USFL, I guess, because it's kind of a different league, but I don't like it in the NFL.
First down and 10. McClure will hand it off here on first down. On the carry, that's Lashley. Yes, he'll find 3 or 4. Looks like they'll give him 2 here on first down. It'll be second down and 8. With the quality of kickers in the league today, in the NFL, you were getting touchbacks on pretty much every kickoff. So I don't fault them for trying to change some things up. It's just a matter of whether you kind of like what they did or not. But with the amount of 65, 66, 67-yard field goals we see tried nowadays, it's obvious that kickers are getting very good very fast.
And just the idea that it hits the ground before it gets to the 20 just kind of got to me, I guess.
Quick screen here to Brady Duncan, but it's going nowhere on second down. In fact, it might be a loss. And it looks like it's going to back him up here to the 21-yard line. It is a loss of 1. And North County is going to face a third down and 9. And this brings up an interesting case. North County cannot afford, I think, to have quick drives like this because the way that Rolla plays, very punishing, very aggressive, that defense is going to get worn down in a hurry if you give them more drives than maybe Rolla is accustomed to, or you give them more drives. Third down and 9. McClure going to drop back to pass. Looking toward the right. He's going to chuck one down the sideline. Jump ball, and it's caught by Scherfus. It was a one-on-one. Both Scherfus and Blaine Sababo, the defensive back, struggling for it. But Scherfus was able to pull it away. He steps out of bounds at about the North County 41-yard line. It's a gain of 19 yards. And, man, that was a true one-on-one. Both Sababo and Scherfus had their hands on that ball.
And Sababo was griping because he didn't think that Scherfus actually had control of it when he stepped out of bounds, like he was still trying to gain it under control.
But it is going to go down as a gain of 19. Hand off to Lashley on first down and 10. Gain of 1.
On the carry. Initial contact.
He didn't argue very much on it, though. He did say something to the officials saying, hey, I don't think he had control of it, and then put his foot on the ground where he was standing when he thought he finally got control out of bounds. But he didn't argue very long, so North County has the first down. Now needs to pick up a couple of more yards here on 2nd down and 8.
Ball on the 48-yard line. Again, 2nd down and 8. Gave Lashley 2 on the previous play. Another handoff up the middle. Again, it's Lashley. May have lost the football. Was it out?
Noah Lashley on
I think that ball came out on the ground. So you'll give the yards over to Lashley, but it will be 3rd down and about 4. Gain of 4 on the play. Back to the studio. Jared, what you have for us?
Got a couple of score updates. Festus just took the lead on Hillsboro. It's 7-0, 8:40 to go in the second quarter. St. Genevieve up on Central, 14-0, and Potosi and Fredericktown tied up 14-all. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jared. 3rd down and 4. We're officially into Rolla territory. Ball on the Bulldog 48-yard line. Play clock running down to about 12. 9:33 left to go in the half. McClure in shotgun formation takes a snap. Quick pass out to the right. Pass is caught, but it'll be for no gain.
Pass complete to Kendrick Simon.
First reception of the day for Kendrick Simon. But again, no gain means it'll be 4th down and 4. And again, in Rolla territory, do you go for it or do you try to pin Rolla back deep?
Well, I tell you right now, I think North County's going to have to figure out a way to get a little bit of misdirection, because when they go for a pass, when they're doing something on the sidelines, they're doing something even deeper downfield, Rolla seems to have them figured out pretty quick. And they're going to have to get some kind of misdirection to get Rolla going one direction and then go back the other way. If they can do that, they might have some success in moving the ball.
They'll line up trips to the left, one wide receiver right. Looks like they're going to go for it. McClure moving out toward his left. Quick out route. Pass is caught by Duncan. 1st down and 10. Duncan pushed out of bounds about at the 40-yard line. Might give him the 41. Yep, they'll say out at the 41, but it's a gain of 7, and that's enough. They'll convert. 1st down and 10.
Nice job that time, as he just found the right spot, the right slot, and he went deep enough to get the 1st down before he caught the ball, stepped right across that line, and then went out of bounds at about the 41.
1st down and 10. Again, ball on the Rolla 41-yard line. 8:38 now left to go in the first half. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. And again, 1 back in the backfield. McClure had a little trouble with the snap, able to pitch it out though to Lashley. Lashley gets across the 40, dives forward to about the 38. A gain of 3. That snap almost got away from McClure.
That kind of looked like a trick play or something, like he was showing it to the defense and then he pulled it back in. But like you said, I think he just kind of lost the handle for a second. He was able to pull it back in. That allowed a couple of defenders to go towards the quarterback, and then he pitched it out to Lashley, and I thought he was going to get more yardage than that, but at least he picked it up a couple.
Now under 8 to go. 2nd down and 8 after the gain of 2. McClure in shotgun. 2 wide receivers, 3 to the left. Lashley sent in motion. It is a designed running back screen, but flying in on it for a big loss. That was Jack Moskowitz. He had that play read like a book, and it's going to be a big loss.
Yeah, I know. He was the only guy that read it, and that's all it needed. He came in, and he hit the back in the backfield way back there. It's going to bring up 3rd down at about 15 yards with 7:30 to go here in this second quarter. That kind of misdirection, I think, works if you can get the blocking up front, and I think some of the big guys up front on Rolla are giving North County fits right now.
You don't see this every day. It's a loss of 7 on a pass play. That screen was hit right at the place of reception, so to speak. 3rd down and about 15 to go. McClure dropping back. He's going to look to throw it deep. Just chucks one into coverage. That ball is picked off. Colton Petersmith with the interception. He's got room to run. He's to the 30, the 35. Lost the football. Did Rolla get back on it, or did North County recover?
This is going to be close. Got a couple of North County offensive linemen down there fighting for it in that pile. But I think maybe Rolla might have the numbers down there. Nope, it's
and North County fell on it. So the interception does get put into the book. But what that means is that they do gain a few yards. It'll be 4th down But it'll be fourth down. No, excuse me. I think it might actually be first down after the turnover.
Yeah, it'll be a turnover. It'll be a turnover going towards Rolla, and then Rolla will turn it right back over.
First down and 10.
And so it's kind of the effect of getting a first down play, except they did it the hard way.
Well, it's the worst interception I think Peter Smith will ever record in his high school career. I will say that was not a well-thrown ball. That was a bit of an arm punt, to use that term. Peter Smith was the only player kind of in the area. Rolla had about 4 defensive backs on 3 receivers. And Peter Smith was the one who was really the only one able to catch that football. We'll get an official's timeout here as both teams head off to the sideline with 6:55 left to go in this first half. So we'll go ahead and take a timeout ourselves. But as we take that timeout, we'll just go ahead and send it on to the studio. Jared, what you have for us?
Guys, thanks. Caruthersville answers Valley Catholic's opening score, and with the second quarter starting, the score 6-7. Valley Catholic leading Caruthersville by a point. And it is, I believe, Valley Catholic ball currently. I'll keep you posted on that. And Farmington up on Sykeston. They just scored again, 14-0. We will take our break. When we come back, we'll send it back out to North County after this on KFMO.
Catfish Kettle of Landmark in our community.
Get a large 2-topping Crazy Crust pizza for $6.99 from Little Caesars. Look at that buttery flavored garlic spread sprinkled with Parmesan. Try Crazy Crust for $6.99 for a limited time.
Pizza, pizza.
But wait, I need to mention how there's over a dozen toppings to choose from.
Pizza, pizza.
But wait, I want to reiterate how legit this Crazy Crust is. It's good. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza, pizza.
But wait, gotcha.
KFMO against the Baltimore Ravens, 2 o'clock pregame, 3 o'clock kick. First down and 10 after the interception and fumble. Handoff to Lashley, able to bounce off a couple of would-be tacklers, still fighting for some extra yards. He's eventually wrangled down, but not before he gains about 5 or 6. Give him 5. That's hard running there from Lashley.
North County's offense is actually moving the ball a little bit better now. They, on that last drive before the interception, it actually had 10 plays on offense, a couple of first downs going in there, had controlled the ball for a couple of minutes, and then on a long fourth down play, got the interception, then got the fumble recovery, and now here on their first play have picked up about 5 yards.
Second down and 5. Here with 6:30 to go in the first half. Again, you got to give credit. I didn't see who made the hit after that interception, but it was a good hit to knock the ball loose. I think kind of put the helmet on the ball, and it's not easy to hang on to it when that happens. McClure over to Duncan on the screen, on the quick out, I should say. Jukes around one defender, pushed out of bounds, about the 25-yard line. That's enough for the first down. It's a gain of, they'll say 6. First down, North County. And for the first time tonight, the Raiders are just outside the red zone.
Well, they're getting closer, and they need to keep this drive going because, like we talked about before, giving Rolla the ball back not only wears your defense down, but also gives you less time to work because Rolla is so good at eating up the clock.
First down and 10. Again, it's on the 26-yard line. Getting orders from the sideline. They'll line up in shotgun, trips to the right. That's Duncan, Scherfus, and Simon. Lone wide receiver left is Strawn. McClure takes a snap, looking for that route across the middle. Strawn able to make the catch. Another gain of about 7 or 8. Second down and short incoming.
And a great route run that time by Strawn. He went right into his defender and then cut right across the center of the field, and the ball was placed perfectly, and he just jumped up and grabbed it and kept the defender to his back with no chance to get to it.
Strawn, 2 catches for 23 yards tonight. Second down and 3. Low snap. McClure handles it, hands it off to Lashley. Goes forward, tackled by Smith, but he's got enough for the first down. Gain of 4. First down and not goal. They're inside the red zone, though. First down and 10, North County, ball on the 14-yard line.
And a nice drive here by North County. They've mixed it up just a bit with some pass plays. They've mixed it up with some misdirection pass plays. They've also put some good runs on this one as well. They need to keep that up, see if they can get it into the end zone.
Best chance for the Raiders tonight. Trips to the right, and again, Strawn lined up to the left. Maybe trying to isolate that defensive back to the left. McClure again takes a snap, fakes the handoff, going to keep it himself, has a little bit of room, cuts it up to the 5, touchdown North County! Brady McClure on the quarterback keeper, 14 yards, and North County brings it back to within 1 score, pending the PAT. How about 14-6?
Well, he did a great job, first of all, of faking the handoff. They had a number of defenders going after Lashley thinking he was going to get the ball, and then he kind of ducked to his left, ducked to his right, found the hole, turned on the afterburners, and he was into the end zone quickly.
On to attempt the PAT, Cole Mullins holds the school record for longest field goal. Broke his own record earlier this year, back in week 1. Mullins' kick is up and away, easily through the uprights into the band, and that'll cut the lead to 7, 14-7. Again, extra point brought to you by Complete Vision Care, the ideal choice for your medical eye care concerns, including dry eyes and other eye diseases. 14-7. With 5:09 left to go here in the second quarter, you're listening to high school football right here on the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240 KFMO.
These days, we all want our money to go just a little bit further. We also want to support local businesses. When you visit the Big Deals online store, you can do both. Shop anytime. The store is always open and loaded with great deals. Buy discounted gift certificates to local businesses and spend them just like cash. Visit online or download the Big Deals app to shop right from your phone. Shop local, buy local with Big Deals.
To save big, go to b104fm.com or kfmo.com and click on the Big Deals logo.
A 14-yard touchdown run for Brady McClure brings the North County Raiders back to within 7 of the Rolla Bulldogs here in Bonne Terre on a Friday night. 14-7 with 5:09 left to play in the first half. Connor Harbit, Glenn Berry on the call. Up top, Jay Sodal and Joel Booyer on camera. KFMOsports.com and on Facebook at AM 1240 KFMO. Back in the studio, Jared Pettis and Braden Cooley here tonight. Kickoff is received at about the 5-yard line. On the return, Colton Petersmith right up the middle, and he's going to head up the right sideline to the 50, the 45. Nobody's going to catch him, and just like that, Rolla reclaims that 2-score lead. Touchdown Bulldogs. A 95-yard kickoff return. And the Bulldogs, well, we talked about their long punishing drives. Well, didn't need to bring out the offense this time as Petersmith showed off that speed a little bit.
Well, I think the North County Raiders went into that kickoff thinking, all right, we're back into this ball game, and I think they came up and kicked the ball off thinking if we can make a stop on special teams, we can get out there and maybe make a stop on defense and get the ball back. We got ourselves in a pretty good spot, but Petersmith took care of all of that in one run. He grabbed the ball at about the 5. He went straight up the gut. He cut it to the outside, and once he got outside, he turned on the afterburners, and he was gone.
Another extra point brought to you by Complete Vision Care, the ideal choice for your child's first eye exams at 3 years old or sooner if you notice any problems. Another kick through the uprights, and it's a 14-point game once again. Rolla leads this one 21-7 after a 95-yard kickoff return from Colton Petersmith. Back in a moment, you're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240 KFMO. 21-7. North County will get the ball back, but after their first touchdown of the night, they immediately give up a 95-yard kickoff return for another Rolla score. So, for the first time tonight, they'll start deep within their own territory. No, excuse me. Second time tonight. It was a touchback on the last kickoff as well, but they got about 5 minutes here. All their timeouts to move it about 80 yards.
Well, you know, Coach Jones said before the game, he said, we're consistently inconsistent. And I think that's kind of an example there. They've got the momentum. They've got themselves on the board, and their special teams just didn't get the job done. I know Peter Smith's great, but there was some big holes there that opened up for him, and once he found them, he was gone.
Keeper, no. It's going to be passed off here to the right-hand side. Brady Duncan on the catch. Hit hard out of bounds. Legal hit. It certainly laid the boom there. That was Jacob Roskowitz with the hit. Still a gain of about 4, though, on the pass from McClure to Duncan. Looked like that was kind of the RPO there.
Yeah.
Had a couple of options, chose Duncan, and I won't call that one a hospital pass because it wasn't. Didn't really lead him into the tackle that time, but Duncan's probably feeling that one a little bit.
And, you know, I think some of those short passes are opening up some of the longer passes you see North County hit on. You might see them try to do that again here coming up in the next few plays.
Handoff to Lashley on second down. Trying to power his way through. He'll find a couple. It'll be third. And no, they gave him a lot of yards. How about 4?
Wow.
No, that's actually 5. Third down and 1.
I didn't think he got that many yards, but he certainly did, and he's down to 3rd and 1 here. North County needs to pick up the first down. They don't need to give the ball back to Rolla with 4:26 to go. I think the best thing they can do is keep this drive going, see if they can get some kind of points on the board.
Lashley, 11 carries tonight for 23 yards, averaging about 2.1 yards per carry tonight. 4:10 to go here on 3rd down and 1. It's a keeper, looks like. That's McClure. And he's got enough for the first down. Got 3. First down and 10, North County. And that makes McClure your leading rusher tonight. He's got 4 yards for 27.
Well, you talked about the fact that Rolla was going to try to wear down North County's defense. So maybe with North County getting that long drive, getting Rolla off the field, and then the defense really didn't get to rest much because of the kick return, maybe this could help get them on this drive.
McClure, another keeper. He's hit at about the line of scrimmage. Kind of ran into one of his own blockers there. And it's another big hit from that defensive back, Jacob Moraskowitz. Tell you what, Moraskowitz flies in there. He's had a couple big hits despite kind of playing over the top tonight.
He has. He's been, he kind of plugged that hole up a couple of times we've seen where North County looked like they were going for positive yardage, and he just kind of stepped in the hole and stopped it.
You can tell Rolla is definitely playing the run. Bringing these safeties in, kind of not really dropping back in the defense at all. On the 2nd down and 10, McClure is dropping back to pass, rolls out to his left. He's going to keep it himself, tripped up, and heads out of bounds. They'll say he stepped out after a gain of 3. Nope, 4. 2nd down and 6.
That was a good job that time by McClure to outrun the defense because it looked like he was going to be trapped about the line of scrimmage and then maybe even got a yard out of it. Instead, he kind of turned on the afterburners for enough to get a couple of yards out of that, but he's going to have to come up with at least 6 more if he wants to keep this ball before halftime.
Cameron Brown on the chase. I'll have to apologize. I called him Johnson on his touchdown earlier today. It's actually Cameron Brown.
You know, I actually wrote down Brown, and then I sent it to the studio as Johnson.
It is Cameron Brown, and that's a name I remember. He's part of that senior class. 3rd down and 6. McClure looking for the first down, throws it. Pass caught by Scherfus at about the 49-yard line. Gain of 7, and that's enough to move the chains. Gain of about 11. About a first down.
Great route, first of all, run by Scherfus. He found the spot, he found the hole, he turned around and then came back to the ball. The ball was placed in the spot that only Scherfus could catch it, and it was still a tough catch, but he made it.
Again, gain of 11. Ball on the 49-yard line of North County. 2:50 left to go, though, in the half. Clock's moved about 2 minutes. North County does have all of their timeouts. Not time to panic just yet, but we'll need to start finding a few plays here and there. 1st down and 10. Hand off to Lashley, trying to follow McKinley Lynn through the hole. Does. He crosses midfield, crosses the Rolla 45. And gets to the 44 for a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3 incoming.
Yeah, he actually had some gas going up there. Looked like he might have picked up a couple of more yards on the end of that they didn't think he was going to get, and that's what they need. But at 2:16 and counting, they can't afford to run the Rolla offense and run a lot of plays. They're going to have to throw the ball again sometime soon.
Now under 2. Remember, That's about 50 seconds off the clock between the start of the last play to this one. No 2-minute timeout, no 2-minute warning, of course. Handoff again to Lashley, just looking for that first down to stop the clock. He gets to the 40. Well, we'll see if they place it. I think he got to the 41, and that would be enough for the first down if they give it to him.
Yep, they did. They gave it a little bit past the 41, headed down to almost the 40. So that's going to pick up the first down. That's the second first down, or make that the third first down on this drive. North County with 1:51 to go. Clock stop, waiting to set the ball in the chains, and then it'll start up.
Again, North County with all their timeouts. But able to stop the clock for a moment with that first down. Trips to the left, one wide receiver right. McLaurin shotgun, takes a snap. Another handoff to Lashley up the middle. Chunk of yardage here. Gets to just outside the 30. Looks like they'll be granted the 31. It's a gain of 10 and another first down.
And he was one trip from getting that one and taking it to the house. A good play defensively by Rolla to keep him from going any further as the clock is stopped with 1:30 to go.
Yeah, Rolla's going to take the timeout here as well. Their first timeout of the first half. Timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Sansagra, located on St. Genevieve Avenue in Farmington. Jonathan Steffen on North State Street in Deloge. Contact them today for a free quote on auto, home, business, or life insurance. Let's take a quick timeout ourselves. 1:30 to go here in the first half. Rolla leads North County 21-7. North County trying to score before the end of the half. You're listening to high school football here in the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240, KFMO.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
You are watching high school football.
Watching high school football on KFMO Sports Live. Watching high school football on KFMO Sports Mineral Area College. And by Graphic Options in Farmington.
Out of the Rolla timeout, first down and 10, ball on the 31-yard line. Scherfus sent in motion. McClure will take the snap. He's going to drop back to pass here on first down. Looking for the go route down the left sideline. Coming back, will get a flag. Might have pass interference incoming. The ball fell incomplete. Scherfus was the intended receiver. Peter Smith was the defensive back out there for, that's Hamer for Rolla.
And I'm not sure. They may even try to get this on the offense, but the defense is acting like that it's going to go against them. But you kind of saw Scherfus kind of push off a little bit going up for that ball. Let's see if they call anything now, because it looks like they may be rethinking this one.
I wonder if they want to say that ball was uncatchable. That ball was well underthrown.
And
if they say that Scherfus couldn't really get back to it, then you wouldn't throw the flag, although you could say Hamer, the defensive back, maybe held him back so he couldn't get back to it. But they're still discussing it. We'll see where the call goes.
Scherfus is not happy. He's over talking to one of the other wide receivers, and he's really not happy about something. So they may pick this one up and just say incomplete pass. But at first, I kind of thought maybe Scherfus pushed off, and then, like you said, it might have been one of those things where he was impeded from coming back. Let's see what they say.
First down and 10. It's going to be pass interference on the offense. So it's going to be on Scherfus. And like you said, it's likely to be on that push-off. And again, that's on the far sideline. We can't really see that all that well. But that's going to back up North County. And not going to say that's a drive killer, but it certainly doesn't help here when you have only about 83 seconds to score.
Well, when I first saw that happen, I mean, it is difficult for us to see it from this angle. But because the flag came immediately after I saw it, that's why I thought, okay, that's going to be a push-off maybe on Scherfus. But I thought also maybe there was something we can't see from this angle because the officials are right there on top of it. But they're going to pull that one on North County, and that's going to set them all the way back to the 46-yard line of North County, or of Rolla.
That's a 15-yard penalty, and it means it'll be first down and 25. And downs, at this point, this late in the half, not really what's important. It's the yardage. And now we're going to get a timeout taken here by North County. Clock stop, and North County is still going to burn that first timeout, assumingly to talk some things over. Timeout again brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Sansegraw, located on St. Genevieve Avenue in Farmington. Jonathan Stephan on North State Street in Deloge. Contact them today for a free quote on auto, home business, or life insurance. Another quick break, and we'll come right back just before the end of the first half. 21-7, Rolla leads North County. You're listening to high school football here in the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240 KFMO.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
You're watching high school football.
North County timeout. We'll still have first down and 25, still a minute 23 left to go in this first half. Rolla trying to make it a one-score game once again. A reminder that Rolla does get the ball to start the second half. The Bulldogs won the coin toss and deferred to the second half. So this is a bit of an important drive here for North County. They want to put some points on the board. McClure again dropping back to pass. Has some time, gets it off to Scherfus inside the 40. They'll get some of that penalty yardage back, not a whole lot. Wasn't able to get out of bounds, so that clock will continue to run. Ooh, they'll say no, the pass was incomplete.
Oh, wow. He must have not had control of it as he was going down, and it just came out of his hands once he hit the ground. But it looked like a good catch. But as you said, pass incomplete.
I thought that ball was in his hands securely, but, you know, nobody really knows what a catch is anymore.
Yeah.
Learned that several times this past weekend alone.
This particular play was not one of those kind of NFL plays where, you know, if you don't catch it, take it home, give it a bath, and then, you know, name it something by noon the next day. It's not a catch. But this particular play right here looked like from our angle he had caught it, but I guess he just never did get control of it.
Second down and 25. McClure rolling out to his left. Being chased by Brown. Throws it to the sideline. Catch made by Strawn just before he steps out of bounds. That's a big gain of about 14. And he gets out of bounds as well. Stops the clock at a minute 7.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest part of that play. Not only did he catch it, but he caught it right on the sideline. As soon as he caught it, he stepped right out of bounds. What that's going to do is it's going to bring it to a third down and 10 with 1:07 to go. North County is now positioned on the 32-yard line, or make that the 31 of Rolla.
Strawn, 3 catches today for 37 yards. Receiving leader tonight. McClure, 12 for 15 tonight, 84 yards and an interception. Third down, it's first down and 10. They gave him the full 15. McClure on the keeper, trying to go to the right sideline. He's tackled in bounds. As he crosses the 30, it's a gain of 3, and a timeout's taken here by Rolla. Rolla's going to stop the clock here with 58 seconds left to go here in the half.
I know they like to stop the clock to keep maybe an opportunity for them to get back down the field and put some more points on the board, but with 58 seconds left to go in this one, it's going to be a fourth down and about 7? I think about 4th and 7.
Yeah.
When they get ready, and I'm not so sure that once they do get the ball back, if they do, they're going to have a whole lot of time. And with that run first offense, I don't know. That might have been a big help to North County. You never know.
I'll be real with you. I thought it was first down and 10 because the ball was back at the original line of scrimmage. Was about to start ripping on the chain gang, but no, it's I that is wrong. No, it was a second down and 25.
It's like, what's wrong with you guys? You're not moving. Oh, wait a minute. I get it.
If there's somebody out here in the stand,
he who cast the first stone or something like that. Gain of 3, and like Glenn said, it's 4th down and 7. I could have gotten away with that if I just didn't call attention to it, but I am nothing if not humble. And I will admit my mistakes. 4th down and 7.
Well, I think this is a big play for North County. I think they need to pick up the first down at least, and at least keep Rolla from getting the ball back. If they can even get 3 points on here, and that's what they're going to go for.
Yeah, they're going to go for a long field goal. We know Mullins has a leg, and he's going to line up. It's going to be a 44-yard kick. Snap's good. Kick is almost blocked. It gets off. It's no good. Ends up short. And I think we had a flag. Yes, we did. It was offsides on Rolla, so move them forward 5 yards. And the question now becomes, does North County want to try it again, or do they go for it now?
I think maybe they might try it again because that defender was in the backfield really about the time the ball was
snapped. They're going to bring the offense back out.
Oh, wow.
So now they want to go for it here. That kick was short, but again, Cameron Brown was in the backfield pretty much before that ball was even snapped. And actually ended up not even blocking it, but the kick was still a little bit short on the 44-yard try, but hey, none of it matters now.
And I think he might have made it had he not been right there in front of him, because he kind of pulled up short and tried to kick it almost like a soccer-style kick from the wrong side. It was just kind of a weird look on the kick. But, yeah, I think if that defender had not been in there, we would have seen that ball go through the uprights. But instead, we're going to see a 4th down and 2. And North County's going to see if they can't get this first down, even though there's only 54 seconds left, maybe even try to get a touchdown if they can get the first.
Well, we've got a discussion here. Head coach Brian Jones down there speaking with one of our officials. Might be about the clock. They did put 59 back up on the board. I think it was about where that play was really whistled dead at the line on the previous play, which means no time should have run off the clock. So they put it back at 59, 4th down and 2. McClure on the keeper, gets away from one tackler, but Rolla still going to get there, and I think North County might have ended up short. Rolla thinks so. It looks like it's a gain of 1, and yeah, Rolla holds. North County spun the dice, rolled the dice if you speak, but only 1 yard's not going to get you the first down. Rolla takes over.
Well, that is not what North County envisioned out of that play. They thought maybe they could get up on the left side, get that first down, get back up, get into a huddle real quick, and get this thing going again, and maybe even get into the end zone. But this time, they come up about 1 yard short on the 4th down play. Rolla will get the ball back. 53 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if calling that timeout at 58 seconds, which is kind of odd. They called the timeout at 58, and then when they reset the clock, they put it back to 59. But either way, let's see if they get anything out of this.
Wayne Sababo in at quarterback. Remember last time we saw him, it was a 22-yard touchdown pass. Actually plays both quarterback and wide receiver in this offense. He'll roll out toward his left. Might be looking to use that arm, throws it short, looking for his man Moskowitz, but it falls incomplete. I think the intention was clear there when they brought Sababo in that he's more of a passer than Smith is. Although Smith is 1 for 2 for 28. North County is definitely playing the pass. It's 2nd down and 10, and we'll see just how many tries Rolla wants to take before maybe just trying to run out the rest of the clock.
You got North County kind of in almost, I hate to say the word prevent defense because it doesn't usually prevent anything, but they're kind of in that let's get back and not let them get it over our heads kind of a defense.
Now back under center, Easton Smith, man sent in motion, pitch out to the left. No, excuse me, Spavo still in at quarterback, but it's still a pitch to the left. Moskowitz has the left sideline across the 40 to the 45, pushed out of bounds at the 47. Driving all the way through on that one was Marler. Has to be careful of the late hit, but it's just a big gain instead. Big gain of 24 for Jacob Moskowitz.
Well, after the play was over, like you were talking about, you had the runner and the defensive back trying to get untangled, and they both went down at the same time. I think Rolla wanted to flag. From their vantage point, they thought it was a late hit, but instead the official said, yeah, I think they got themselves tangled up and got their momentum going in the wrong direction.
So the rush for Jack Moskowitz. First sets up 1st down and 10. Spabo, another quick pass. Pass caught by Peter Smith up the right sideline. He's got the 1st down inside the 40 to the 38.
Smith on the reception.
Gain of 15. 1st down and 10. Rolla hustling to the line.
30 seconds left to go in this one. They'll start the clock, and now finally they'll call a timeout.
Rolla going to take the timeout. That is their 2nd of the half. No, excuse me, that might have been their final. Trying to wind it back here, but it is a timeout taken. No, it was a timeout taken by North County, excuse me. But a timeout nonetheless. Timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Sansagra. Located on St. Genevieve Avenue in Farmington and Jonathan Steffen on North State Street in Deloge. Contact them today for a free quote on auto, home, business, or life insurance. And suddenly Rolla's decision to take a timeout with 58 seconds, we kind of side-eyed it maybe a little bit with North County kind of driving deep into Rolla territory, but they've picked up several chunk plays, and suddenly it seems like they might be in good position here to pick up even more points before the half.
You kind of get the idea that this is their hurry-up offense. They know it, and they run it like this with Sababo as the quarterback. And so maybe that's what, when you turn around and look at what they were thinking about, Heflin, the head coach of Rolla, was probably thinking, if I can get maybe a minute or maybe about 50 seconds left on here, I might be able to hurry up offense this ball down the field.
Sababo again under center. Man split out to the left, it's Peter Smith. Sababo dropping back to pass, just going to chuck one down the field, looking for his tight end. That ball well overthrown, sent on a Jet 2 holiday. It falls incomplete. It'll be second down and 10.
Well, he had the arm, and you know he can throw the ball that way, but that time, good job by North County's defense to keep the receivers from getting free and getting open on that one. They'll have to do it again at least 2 more times.
Yeah, they've got time to chuck this ball down the field. It'll be second down and 10 again on the 38-yard line. They can play around with it a little bit.
Also makes you wonder, or if you're Rolla right now, do you see if you can't at least get some yardage, get closer, and maybe try that field goal?
Second down and 10. Spabo under center. One wide receiver split out to the left. Man set in motion. Again, Spabo looking to pass. Under pressure. Hit! He lost the football! The ball is loose. It's picked up by Jackson Sherfus. North County recovers. Sababo had no idea that Sherfus was coming in from behind. He was hit hard. He lost the football. Sherfus with the sack. Sherfus with the fumble recovery. And now the Raiders. Well, what do you think about, as it looks like Spabo might still be down?
Yeah, he hit the turf very hard on that tackle. And you know that Sherfus is built tough, and he came in there and got him from the blind side, put him down on the turf. And the only bad thing for North County in that is that Sherfus did not have the opportunity to scoop it and run, because if he could have picked it up and took off, he had the speed to take it the distance. But right now the concern is for Sababo.
And again, Spabo hit from behind there, right-handed quarterback. These Rolla quarterbacks kind of drop back facing the left as Spabo just pops right back up. Good to see he's okay. Again, that was a shot from Sherfus. The right side of the Rolla line just kind of collapsed. You had more than one player in on that tackle or kind of running him down from behind. You had Sherfus, I believe one of the linebackers coming in from the left side as well. Might have been Johnson or Lashley. Just North County had the jump that time for sure, and they'll take over first down and 10. Ball on the Rolla 45-yard line. 15 seconds remaining here in this first half. And
here's an interesting stat. 6 times North County's had the ball in this first half. 4 of those times they've started in Rolla territory.
First down and 10. We'll see if Rolla just takes a shot and sees what they can get. Shotgun formation from McClure, rolls out to his left. Still looking for somebody, finds Strawn, but he can't make the grab. Strawn open around the first down marker, but it falls incomplete. Good ball from McClure. Strawn, who's usually pretty capable out there, just simply dropped it this time around.
Yeah, if he could have caught that, he could have probably made his way out of bounds around the 34-yard line, which would have put him back into that territory for possibly a long kick.
Second down and 10. 5 seconds ran off the clock, just 10 to go.
You would think they're probably looking for more of the same. If they can't break it open, at least get yardage down to around the 30-yard line, get out of bounds, stop the clock, maybe try another field goal.
Yeah, certainly. You are operating with, well, what a valid argument for maybe one of the best kickers in your program's history. Holds the record for the longest field goal. So if you can get, like I said, about 20 yards or so, you might be in business. Quick screen. Strawn with some room. Past the 40. Running down the left sideline, Peter Smith going to stand him up. Needs to get out of balance. He's taken down with 1 second. The clock hit 0, but did they get a timeout in time? Yes, they did. North County takes their final timeout with 1 second. Strawn was fighting and fighting and fighting. The crowd was yelling, go out of bounds, go out of bounds. He was taken down inbounds. And Coach Jones got the timeout off with 1 second left.
They're going to discuss this.
Yeah. You're right. They are going to discuss things.
The official on this side is the one that looked at Coach Jones and called the timeout. And he's the one that waved at the other officials and said, okay, we got a timeout with 1 second left. And it looks like they're going to go with his word and say, yep, 1 second on the clock and one more play.
Well, I think if you're North County, I think it's pretty simple here as we get another timeout brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Sansagra. Just chuck it. There's not much to lose. Just make sure that you don't fall asleep if that ball's maybe picked off. Just chuck one. See what you can get.
This would be close to a 50-yard field goal if you tried that, so I don't think that's going to happen. But at the same time, you're looking at the probably a Hail Mary coming up here with 1 second left.
Yeah, I think you just snap it to McLaurin shotgun. You let him take a 5-step drop and send Sherfus, Strawn, and the whole crowd down into the end zone.
Well, it's been an entertaining first half. If nothing else, it's 21-7. The score would make you think that it was a little less entertaining than it has been, but North County has moved the ball, especially in the second quarter. They just need a little more, let's say a little better special teams play and a little more offense at times, and they might be right in this game.
So it is 3rd down and 4, but that really doesn't matter. 1 second left to go before the half. It's 4 wide receivers with Lashley in the backfield. Strawn in shotgun, McLaurin shotgun, whistle, timeout, taken by Rolla. So Rolla's going to take their final timeout. You don't get them for the second half. They don't roll over. Might as well use it and see if they're going to try to maybe ice the quarterback. Is that a thing? Can you ice a quarterback potentially on a Hail Mary? I'm not sure, but we'll get another timeout here just before the end of the first half. Make sure you stick around for the Midwest Sports Center halftime report. Of course, we'll have stats. We'll have our Mineral Area Overhead Door out-of-town scoreboard. Stats brought to you by Sam Sisson Ford Lincoln. And, of course, we'll get you some highlights. There have been some highlights in this first half. Again, as Glenn said, at 21-7, you'd think it's a little more one-sided than it really has been tonight. This is one long kickoff return away from being a one-score game.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you take back that long kickoff, it's a 14-7 game. Not only that, but North County was in Rolla territory when they turned the ball over on downs last time, down around the 22-yard line. So there's a couple of plays here or there. If you could get a different outcome on them, this might be a tie game or at least a one-score game.
Now they're going to pack the line. It's going to come out 2 wide receivers, Sherfus and Duncan. Lashley in the backfield, and again, everybody else up front. It's a 7-man front. McClure takes a snap, drops back, has a lot of protection, steps up in the pocket, throws, has Sherfus, passes caught at the 20. Jukes to his left, trying to not step out of bounds, but he did. Couldn't keep his balance. He'll step out of bounds at about the 20, and we're going to get a flag. We're going to get some pushing and shoving, and if that's on Rolla, North County's going to get an extra play at the end as you've got some extracurriculars in a big way. Something was maybe said there, and man, somebody got heated. You had half the Rolla sideline coming in for backup.
And Coach Heflin ran all the way across the field to scream at the official, and he turned around and said, get over there, get off the field. Actually, not Coach Heflin, but one of the assistants, and he is still hot about something. So I'm taking that they believe it was on North County. On the other side, North County saying, no, Rolla did this, and this will be interesting what they call.
If it ends on a defensive penalty, if it is a defensive penalty, if it's no offsetting penalties, you can't end a half or a game on a defensive penalty, which would give North County another chance. And where that ball ended up, if you tack on more penalty yardage,
you got at least a field goal.
You're within, you're almost guaranteed a field goal at that point because you'll be inside the red zone. Rolla is already heading toward the locker rooms, but now they're going back to the sideline as our officials continue to talk. What a wacky ending. Wacky, maybe a little bit underselling it, but what a wild finish to this first half.
One of the coaches on the Rolla sideline is still arguing with the officials over there. And I believe the head coach has finally got in there to do his thing and to say his stuff. But the original coach running across that field, he just about got tossed out of this one.
Well, you got to think about the fact that half the team came onto the field as well. There's a lot going on here. It's a dead ball personal foul against North County. A personal foul on Rolla. It's offsetting penalties, which means the half comes to an end, and the North County crowd not pleased with that choice.
I've never liked that call. I mean, make a call one way or the other. I hate it. It's kind of like saying, well, we'll give you this and you take that. But no, we want to see who committed the penalty the first time. And Rolla's coach is still arguing that North County should have been penalized more.
Well, we'll never truly know what happened there, at least not tonight. But what we do know is that will end the half. A 15-yard completion to Sherfus. but North County trails by 2 scores, 21-7 here at the break. Let's go ahead and take ourselves our first time out of the halftime show. We'll come back and start things up. Again, your Midwest Sports Center halftime report. 21-7 Rolla leads Joseph High School football here in the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240 KFMO.
Discover quality buildings made to last at A1 Outdoor Products. From cabins and garages to metal carports and utility sheds, every structure is built with care and backed by strong warranties, including 5-year workmanship and rust protection. Step inside to see craftsmanship up close and find the perfect fit for your needs and budget. Visit A1 Outdoor Products on Weber Road in Farmington or online at a1outdoors.org. Built local, built strong.
Whether you want to earn a transfer degree or need training to jumpstart your career, Mineral Area College is the place for you. MAC offers affordable tuition, dedicated instructors, vibrant campus life, and flexible classes, on campus and online. When you're at MAC, you can find a future, you can find a community, you can even find yourself. Apply online at mineralarea.edu.
Shelter Insurance, Joy speaking.
It's Aubrey. I need to file a claim.
How can I help?
When I got home from school today, I found the house completely in shambles. All the windows are broken, the roof is ripped off, and the kitchen is destroyed.
Put your brother on the phone.
Mitchell, Mom's on the phone.
When the unexpected strikes, you can count on Shelter Insurance to be there when you need us most.
Hungry for the best seafood in town? Look no further than Catfish Kettle in Farmington. Dive into golden crispy catfish, mouth-watering crab cakes, and savory grilled salmon, all made fresh and full of flavor. But that's not all. There's so much more to explore on their delicious menu, perfect for family dinners or a night out. Catfish Kettle has something for everyone. Come hungry, leave happy.
Catfish Kettle, over 37 years of great food, great service, and bad parking.
Look, a perfect sandwich symphony. Nothing could be better. Okay, it just got better.
No matter how you order McDelivery, right now get $5 off your entire order of $20 or more.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Struggling with your car but don't have a reliable shop? Wade's Auto Service is a complete maintenance and repair shop in the Parkland area since 2015. Locally owned and operated, Wade's Auto Service wants to be your first choice for all your auto service and repair needs. Plus, they offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile part and labor warranty. Trust Wade's Auto Service, 228 East Harrison Street in Farmington, or give them a call at 573-664-1302.
Shop, earn, redeem. You deserve it. With You Choose Rewards and your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard, you can earn points for the rewards you want most. Redeem your points for cash, merchandise, gift cards, or travel. Visit youchooserewards.com to register. Then use your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard to earn points. Stock up on groceries, order takeout. watch streaming services, gas up your vehicle, or upgrade your wardrobe, and redeem the points you earned for the rewards you want. The choices are endless. Ozarks Federal, the homeowners bank. Always loyal, always local. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome to the Midwest Sports Center halftime report on AM 1240 KFMO. Visit them for your next great adventure on the road, off the road, or
Week 5
in the
high
water.
school football, and the Bulldogs lead the Raiders 21-7 at halftime. It's time for the Midwest Sports Center halftime report, and let's take a look at all the scores outside of town with the out-of-town scoreboard, courtesy of Mineral Area Overhead Door. We will start it in Sykeston, where the Bulldogs and Farmingtonites match up. Of course, the Knights are 3-1, the Bulldogs 1-3, and the Knights showing just why they're 3-1, leading at halftime, 28-0. Oh yeah, by the way, everybody's at half. Central and St. Genevieve, the Dragons lead the Rebels 28-0. The Dragons looking to improve to 5-0 this year. Central trying to get back into the win column. They lost last week. Festus leads Hillsboro at half 14-7. Festus scored with 26 seconds left in the first half to take the lead at 14-7. Potosi and Fredericktown, they're at halftime. The Trojans leading the Black Cats 21-15. Good for Fredericktown. They've gotten on the board for the first time since week 1, quarter 4. Valley Catholic and Crothersville through the first half. They're tied 13-13. DeSoto shutting out Windsor at halftime 19-0. Out-of-town scoreboard check courtesy of Mineral Area Overhead Door at 1020 Woodlawn Drive just north of Farmington, providing over 40 years of great service to their customers. Visit them at mineralareadoor.com. North County trails Rolla at halftime 21-7. Raider homecoming on AM 1240 KFMO. When we come back, it's highlights from the first half and stats a little bit later on here in the Midwest Sports Center halftime report on AM 1240 KFMO and the KFMO app, as well as KFMOsports.com live video online on the website as well.
Hey, Jay from State Farm. Check it out.
The old Fumble-Rooski.
Or you can bundle home and auto and save money. The old Bundle-Rooski.
Ooh, that's a better play.
Plus, it's more fun to say. Bundle-Rooski.
Yeah.
Bundle-Rooski, Bundle-Rooski, Bundle-Rooski. Bundle-Rooski-doo. Try it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that.
Bundle and save with the personal price plan.
He can, though.
Well, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
For over 120 years, Gilster Mary Lee's products have been enjoyed in homes all across America. The grocery industry is essential and growing, and so is Gilster Mary Lee. As a private label grocery manufacturer, Gilster Mary Lee has a fleet of over 200 commercial tractors and 900 dry vans, and are currently hiring long-haul and regional company drivers. The loads are round trips, so drivers are home every week. If you're ready for a career with a company that's been in business for over a century, contact Mike Welker at 1-800-851-5371.
Midwest Sports Center halftime report. How about some highlights? 21-7. Rolla leads North County. Well, how did we get there? Things started in the first quarter. Rolla with a punishing drive, to say the least. It was a long one, but eventually ended in what was at the time the longest play of the game. A 22-yard touchdown pass for quarterback Blaine Sababo. Smith under center. Going back to pass. No, excuse me, that's not Smith. That is actually Sababo going for the corner of the end zone. That ball is caught. Touchdown, Rolla. So it wasn't Smith under center. It was Blaine Sababo. But he found his man right behind the pylon in the front of the end zone. That was the big tight end going on the route there. That would be Cameron Brown. Part of that senior class, makes the catch, a 22-yard touchdown pass, and Rolla strikes first. I did say Cameron Brown. Of course, then proceeded to say Cameron Johnson for the most of the first half, but yeah, that was Cameron Brown on that touchdown reception. Rolla would get the ball back on a North County turnover on downs, and, well, they'd score again, this time a little bit closer to the end zone. Colton Petersmith find the end zone on the ground. Smith under center, second down in goal as we start the second quarter. It's a pitch out to Petersmith into the end zone. Touchdown, Rolla, wasting no time picking up the touchdown as we move into the second quarter. Rolla takes a 13-0 lead pending the PAT. And we'll get back to Petersmith here in just a few moments. One of the wackier plays of the first half started with a North County turnover. Dropping back to pass, Brady McClure threw an interception, but that wasn't the end of the play. And about 15 to go. McClure dropping back. He's going to look to throw it deep. Just chucks one into coverage. That ball is picked off. Colton Petersmith with the interception. He's got room to run. He's to the 30, the 35. Lost the football. Did Rolla get back on it, or did North County recover?
This is going to be close. Got a couple of North County offensive linemen down there fighting for it in that pile, but I think maybe Rolla might have the numbers down there. Nope, it's
North County fell on it. So the interception does get put into the book, but what that means is that they do gain a few yards. That would save North County from what would have been, of course, a turnover, and with the new set of downs, they would continue driving until eventually McClure was able to find the end zone on a brilliant option play. McClure again takes a snap, takes the handoff, going to keep it himself, has a little bit of room, cuts it up to the 5, touchdown North County! Brady McClure on the quarterback keeper, 14 yards, and North County brings it back to within one score, pending the PAT. How about 14-6? Unfortunately, that one-score lead would not last for very long. On the ensuing kickoff, Colton Petersmith, told you we'd get back to him, took the kick and returned it 95 yards for our final touchdown in the first half. Kickoff is received at about the 5-yard line. On the return, Colton Petersmith right up the middle, and he's going to head up the right sideline to the 50, the 45. Nobody's going to catch him, and just like that, Rolla reclaims that 2-score lead. Touchdown Bulldogs. A 95-yard kickoff return. And the Bulldogs, well, we talked about their long punishing drives. Well, didn't need to bring out the offense this time as Petersmith showed off that speed a little bit. And that's where we stand at 21-7. Tempers flaring just before the end of the first half. We should be in for a very exciting second half. Those those are the highlights here on the Midwest Sports Center Halftime Report. We'll take another break. We'll come back. It's time for your halftime stats, brought to you by Sam Sism Ford Lincoln, supporting our community since 1937. We'll get to those stats after the break. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240 KFMO.
In life's toughest moments, compassion makes all the difference.
Hi, this is Trent Quiava, owner of Cornerstone Furniture Mattress located in Park Hills. Come in now and enjoy all of our top savings with all the top name brands. We have Smith Brothers, Ashley, Southern Motion, England, and many more. We have all the top name appliances as well. LG, GE, Frigidaire, Bosch, and we offer mattresses. We offer free delivery and setup with 0% financing. Come in now and see our perfect selection and our perfect piece for you. Let us turn your house into a home at Cornerstone Furniture Mattress, located on St. Joe Drive in Park Hills.
Everybody's going home, pool and spa.
Turn your backyard into paradise with Home Pools and Spas in Leadington. From in-ground pool installations, a durable liner or sleek fiberglass design, to year-round pool and spa services. And the retail store is open all year long to help maintain your pool and spa. Trust Home Pools and Spas to make your backyard the ultimate retreat. Visit them today and they'll bring your vision to life. Home Pools and Spas, where paradise begins.
Get a large 2-topping Crazy Crust pizza for $6.99 from Little Caesars. Look at that buttery flavored garlic spread sprinkled with Parmesan. Try Crazy Crust for $6.99 for a limited time.
Pizza, pizza.
But wait! I need to mention how there's over a dozen toppings to choose from.
Pizza, pizza.
But wait! I want to reiterate how legit this Crazy Crust is. It's good. Little Caesars is the real deal.
Pizza, pizza.
But wait! Gotcha!
Big deals. These days, we all want our money to go just a little bit further. We also want to support local businesses. When you visit the Big Deals online store, you can do both. Shop anytime. The store is always open and loaded with great deals. Buy discounted gift certificates to local businesses and spend them just like cash. Visit online or download the Big Deals app to shop right from your phone. Shop local, buy local with Big Deals.
To save big, go to b104fm.com or kfmo.com and click on the Big Deals logo.
Shelter Insurance, Joy speaking.
It's Aubrey. I need to file a claim.
How can I help?
When I got home from school today, I found the house completely in shambles. All the windows are broken, the roof is ripped off, and the kitchen is destroyed.
Put your brother on the phone.
Mitchell, Mom's on the phone.
When the unexpected strikes, you can count on Shelter Insurance to be there when you need us most.
Sports Center halftime report, 21-7. Rolla leads the North County Raiders here week 5 of the high school football season. This half had a little bit of everything, but it also had stats. And on that horrible segue, we'll go ahead and jump right on into the stats, starting with first, the visitors here in this one, the Rolla Bulldogs. Passing-wise, Blaine Sababo, he's 2 for 3 today for 37 yards. That includes a touchdown, our first touchdown of the day, the 22-yard completion. Easton Smith, 1 for 2 in the air as well, 28 yards as well. Rushing-wise, Smith also the leader, 3 carries for 36 yards, an average of 12 yards per carry. Hayden Emery, 7 carries in this one for 34 yards, an average just under 5 for the game. Jack Mrazowitz, 1 carry for 24 yards, and Colton Petersmith has 3 carries for 16 yards and a touchdown. Receivers, Colton Petersmith, 2 catches for 43 yards, and Cameron Brown, as we mentioned earlier, has the 1 catch for 22 yards and a touchdown. Then we take a look at, how about North County in this one? Brady McClure, 14 of 18 for 106 yards. That's an average of 7 yards per completion, and interception in the game. Noah Lashley, 14 carries for 42 yards, an average of 3 yards per carry. And Brady McClure, 8 carries for 35 yards, 4.2 yards rushing per play, and a touchdown for McClure. Receivers, Jackson Sherfus, 3 catches for 45 yards. Kyle Strawn, 4 catches for 44. Brady Duncan, 4 for 16. Noah Lashley, 2 catches for 1 yard. And Hendrick Simon had 1 catch for no gain. Team stats, North County through the air, as we mentioned, 106 yards, 77 yards on the ground for a total of 183 yards of offense, an average of 4.8 yards per play. Rolla, meanwhile, it's 65 yards to the air, 110 on the ground for 175 total yards, an average of 12 yards per play. Those are your halftime stats. They're brought to you by Sam Sisson Ford Lincoln, supporting our community since 1937. Shop local, where hundreds of makes and models come with a no cost to you, forever warranty. Go online to SissonFord.com or call 573-431-3177. That'll do it for the Midwest Sports Center halftime report. When we next chat, it'll be time for the second half. Rolla will receive the opening kick in the third quarter. We'll come back here in just a few moments. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240, KFMO.
You've been listening to the Midwest Sports Center Halftime Report. Visit them for your next great adventure, on the road, off the road, or in the water.
Welcome to Texas Roadhouse in Festus, where legendary flavor meets legendary fun. You know you've arrived the moment you see the sign. Step inside and feel right at home. From our famous fresh-baked rolls to hand-cut steaks grilled to perfection. Every meal is made fresh, served with a smile. Legendary food, legendary service coming together for a legendary experience. Only at Texas Roadhouse in Festus.
Hungry for the best seafood in town? Look no further than Catfish Kettle in Farmington. Dive into golden crispy catfish, mouth-watering crab cakes, and savory grilled salmon, all made fresh and full of flavor. But that's not all. There's so much more to explore on their delicious menu, perfect for family dinners or a night out. Catfish Kettle has something for everyone. Come hungry, leave happy.
Catfish Kettle, over 37 years of great food, great service, and bad parking.
Season. Glenn, that was an exciting first half. I think a lot of people in the stands tonight are buzzing after that one. It's a 2-score lead for Rolla, but as I mentioned just before the end of the first half, this is a 95-yard kick return away from being a 1-score game. If North County can find a stop here on this first Rolla drive, I think the Raiders are more than capable of putting together a comeback tonight.
Well, you know, I think North County has played better than the score shows right now. And like you said, that one 95-yard kick return, that's one big play. North County also had the ball down, fourth down on the 23, and they needed to get to the 21. And if they could have got there, they would have been on Rolla's 21 with a first down and about a minute and a half left to go in this game, or in this first half. They could have possibly scored as well to put themselves back into the game again. So a couple of plays here or there, this North County team could be in better shape than they are. And I think as the game has gone on, they have played better. And one thing North County hasn't done in this game is commit a lot of penalties. They have one penalty early on and then one late, and then those two offsetting penalties down at the end that really cost them some yardage and cost them the last play of the half as well. But Rolla, after starting off awfully, they had 6 penalties, 5 of them for illegal procedure. They've kind of calmed that down too. So both teams are playing better. Rolla gets the ball first. If North County can stop them, maybe they can get back into this thing.
One of the things we also haven't really talked about, Rolla's gotten good field position tonight. We haven't really seen them pin back deep within their own territory, or they just simply haven't needed to drive here tonight. So we'll see what North County can do. Hopefully a solid kick here from Cole Mullins to start this second half.
And I also pointed out too at the very end of that half, of the 6 possessions North County had, 4 of them were in Rolla territory to start with. So they've got to take advantage of their good field position and try to get Rolla back into some bad field position, maybe play that game a little bit and get the ball back as quickly as they can.
Kick is away. It's a onside kick, but it's nicely fielded by Rolla. Well, scratch that thought about maybe pinning them deep, as Rolla will once again take over. Ball on the Bulldog 43-yard line. Fielding that one was Patrick Kell, the linebacker, playing on that front line. I see the thought there. You maybe catch Rolla napping. The problem was that kick, it took a high hop and gave Kell all kinds of time to field that one.
Yeah, I kind of felt like it was in slow motion once he got that high hop. It was just everybody going to the ball, and North County just could not get to it at all. So he had plenty of time to get it and wisely dive on the ground and start out at the 43.
So it'll be first down and 10, Rolla. Our officials still in between, and I think we're going to have some words shared to say no funny business here in the second half after what we had at the conclusion of the first. So we're just going to make sure that we're all on the same page.
Which, by the way, if you had a chance to watch it, it was on KFMO live video, so you could tell by watching on live video what actually started there. Now, players on both teams, I think, voluntarily started shaking hands. That's a pretty good sign right there.
So we'll go ahead and get to it here. It will be first down and 10, Rolla. It's a nice ad, Glenn.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well, I mean,
very nice segue. Yeah, we do have live video.
People are always saying things like, well, I wish I could have seen that. Well, there you go. KFMO live video. Plus, you still get to hear us.
You do. And you get to see how often I'm wrong. Pitch out here on first down. It's going to be Terrell Simmons on the carry. His first of the night. His first carry was taken away by a flag. This one goes for no gain. It'll be second down. And no, they'll give him one. How about second down and 9? Case in point. Right there.
Hey, it was such a good idea that we're doing both radio and TV that the Blues decided to do the same thing with their radio broadcast.
Copycats.
Mm-hmm.
They're about how many years behind the curve? 10, 15? Either way, second down and 9.
I am going to miss John Kelly, though, this year on the TV side.
Smith under center. Fullback, 2 wingbacks. Simmons sent in motion. It's a handoff to Peter Smith. Into the backfield goes Scherfus, and it's a tackle for a loss. A couple yards going to be lost on the play as Scherfus was able to break through the line. Not an easy task when you have a team like Rolla that stacks 7 men up front, but it's going to be third down and 11 and a loss of 2 for Peter Smith.
And Scherfus has been outstanding on both sides of the ball tonight. He's caught some passes. He's got them into field goal or got them into scoring position a couple of times. And that time right there, he made a great defensive play, setting up North County with an opportunity maybe to get the ball back if they can stop this 3rd and 11.
Third down, 11 yards to go. Already a minute gone by in this third quarter. It's Easton Smith rolling out to his left, looking for the sideline. Ball is caught, but it's going to be well short of the first down. It was Terrell Simmons on the catch.
The coverage was Jackson.
He'll find about 6 or so, but it's going to be well short. It'll be fourth down, and we'll see what Rolla chooses to do. We have not seen a punt tonight. Of all the things we saw in that first half, we did not see the ball sent over to the other team. We saw an interception that was pretty close to a punt, but
and we're not going to see
it. We're not going to see it here. It's Easton Smith again under center. Might try to get him to jump. Watch for the hard count. That's exactly what they tried to do. Smith shouting orders, sends a man in motion. Pitch out to the right. Peter Smith able to bring it in, trying to go downhill. He's hit around the line to gain, but it looks like he got it. And it's going to be first down for Rolla.
If you go by the guy on the other side of the field, he got it. If you go by this guy on this side, he didn't. So let's see where they put it.
Needed to get to about the North County 42, and that is exactly where they place it. It'll be first down and 10, Rolla. Peter Smith, wow, that pitch almost got away from Peter Smith as well. Kind of had to one-hand it above his head. But he got downhill in a hurry, and I think that decision is what got him the first down. Didn't try to do too much, didn't try to split it out to the sideline, simply just ran downhill.
And that final little push, too. He just about got stopped short.
First down and 10. Smith looking to pass. Chucks one down the left sideline. One-on-one. Leaping up. Incomplete. No flags. Great coverage by Ian Marler. Colton Petersmith, the intended receiver on the play. Petersmith a little slow to get up, but man, that was great coverage by Marler.
Yeah, Marler did a great job. He stayed with the receiver. When the eyes went up to look for the ball, he went up with it, and he knocked the ball out of the air, kept it out of his hands.
Time for another update. Back to the studio. Jared.
Connor, thanks. Got a couple scores from up north. Festus leads Hillsboro 28-7. That game starting the fourth quarter. DeSoto, who's 1-3, up on 3-1 Windsor, 33-6, halfway through the third. Back to you guys.
Wow. Second down and 10. North County and DeSoto playing earlier this season. At North County 1's win. Words are hard. Smith hands it off, getting the carry. That's Hayden Emery. Haven't seen him carry the ball for a while, but he's going to find a lot of yardage. It's about 9. He'll set up 3rd and 1.
He was unstoppable in that first half. Every time they gave him the ball, felt like he got about 7-8 yards on each carry, and then they just kind of stopped going to him for a little bit. Was using Peter Smith and some others to run the ball quite a bit, and now they're back to him, and he's got a 3rd down and about 2 out of that run.
3rd down and 2. Hand off again up the middle. It's Emery, and he's got the 1st down.
I thought the ball was going to be on the ground for a minute because there was kind of a weird exchange there between quarterback and running back, and in fact, the quarterback, Easton Smith, has picked his hands up and kind of shaking him a bit, but he got into the 1st down territory.
Emery, gain of 5. Emery's stat line tonight, how about 9 carries for 48 yards? He's your leading rusher. A long of 12 yards tonight.
Ball down to the 34-yard line.
Not the longest play of the game. That would be 28 if you count offensive plays only. Another handoff to Emery. Hit hard. In for the tackle. That was Lashley. Looks like Weston Weibel also in for the tackle that time, and it's a gain of 1.
Well, this is where Rolla is going to kill North County, and that is if they can just keep running the ball, keep running more time off the clock, maybe get it into the end zone, they could go up 28-7, then that would really put the pressure on this North County offense. But they've had a little more success passing the ball, but right now, defensively, North County needs to come up with a stop.
2nd down and 9 after the previous play. This time, Smith going to pull it away from Emery. He'll run around end. Gets by the 30 to the 29. Gain of 3.
Tackle made by Logan McCarty.
I'm really surprised after you told me about Easton Smith and his size that they weren't using him a lot more in the running game, because he seems like a guy that would be hard to bring down. So if he doesn't get set up in the pocket and he doesn't have a receiver downfield anywhere, he could just take off with it. But here tonight, he hasn't run it as much as I expected him to.
He's been subdued, but does hold that 28-yard run. 4 carries, 39 yards, an average of 10 yards per carry. But Rolla has been more content to spread the ball around tonight. 3rd down and 6 incoming. And we'll have a timeout taken here by Rolla. I think there was a miscommunication. The Bulldogs will have to burn a timeout. So it'll be 3rd down and a long 5. About 6 to go when we come out of the timeout. Timeout's brought to you by Missouri Farm Bureau agent Mike Santegral, located on San Genevieve Avenue in Farmington. Jonathan Steffen on North State Street in Deloge. Contact them today for a free quote on auto, home, business, or life insurance. 7:13 left to go in the third. 21-7 Rolla. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240 KFMO.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Line to gains about the 24, or 23, excuse me. I think Smith's going to end up short. It's going to be 4th down. Gain of 4, 4th down and 2.
Now we have yet to see a punt and only 1 attempted field goal in this game, and that was on the North County side. So you expect they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 2. This is a big, big stop, I think, for North County because the clock is still running.
This opening drive to begin the third quarter has almost taken half the quarter off the clock. Smith sends a man in motion, hands it off to Emery, but North County is going to make the stop. Flying on in there, it's the linebacker, Jackson Sherfus. And North County creates a turnover on downs. A 5.5-minute drive, but North County gets the stop.
Well, that's what they needed. They had to stop this Rolla machine from getting that ball back into the end zone, especially after eating up, like you said, most of this third quarter so far. So with 6:32 to go, North County takes over on the North County 32-yard line, and now they need some points on the board with their offense.
Yeah, the Raiders will certainly need to drive. They'll certainly need to score. You may have stopped one drive, but you still have a little bit to work with here. Lashley on the carry. Juking around, gonna find a solid pickup.
Lashley on the carry.
It'll be a gain of about 6 or so for Lashley as we send it back to the studio. Jared.
Smith on the tackle.
Yeah, Connor, I got an update from both St. Genevieve teams. The Dragons up on Central by a score of 35-0, and Valley Catholic tied with Crothersville 13-13 midway through the third. The Tigers in the red zone. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Jared. 2nd down and 4. McClure dropping back. Quick pass caught by Scherfus. Gets away from one would-be tackler, but the rest of the Bulldogs in pursuit. And he'll be stopped after a gain of 1. 3rd down and 3.
And Scherfus gets up a little bit woozy, and I don't think it's because he was hit hard. I think his helmet just kind of got knocked loose, and he's trying to grab it and put it back in position, but he looks to be okay. But he's had a big day offensively and defensively for the Raiders. They don't need to see him set down for any length of time at all.
3rd down and 3, and again, a very important drive for North County. You clap your hands, you say, great job on the turnover on downs, but if you have to punt it away back to Rolla, well, nothing says that Rolla can't just take another 5.5 minutes off the clock. Brady McClure hands it off. Nope, keeps it himself, but he's taken down in the backfield.
Brady McClure on the quarterback.
It's a loss of about 3. It'll be 4th and 6, and I think we're going to see that first punt tonight.
Yeah, I think so. I think North County knows if they don't get this first down, or if they don't just get rid of the ball, they're going to be looking at Rolla deep in their territory, and the potential for another score could possibly put this game out of reach.
So Mullins on to punt. 1 man back to receive. No, 2 back to receive for Rolla. It's Peter Smith. It's Mrozowitz. Mullins gets the snap. And he's going to try to run it to the right, and he's taken down at the 15. And that's going to give the Bulldogs stellar field position inside the North County red zone. I don't know what the plan was there.
I don't know if that was a play or if the punt got mixed up or what happened, but it seemed like it was going nowhere from the get-go. That ball was snapped back to about the 15-yard line. The punter grabbed it and took off running to the right side, and there was nothing on either side, and he was just running for his life. In fact, it was so bad, I would have just picked it up and tried to launch it, like kick it on the run as far as I could.
Yeah, that might be a game-changing play. Instead of potentially putting Rolla in North County territory or in their own territory, Rolla essentially just finds themselves a nice chunky yardage. It's 1st down and 10, ball in the 15. Simmons sent in motion. Smith looking for the back corner, has Brown open, caught, touchdown, Rolla. So a big mistake for the Raiders, and the Bulldogs capitalize. 2nd time tonight. Browns found the end zone. This time, it's Easton Smith who throws the score, and Rolla leads by 3 scores here at 27-7. Special teams mistakes will kill you.
Yeah, that didn't take long at all, and I think you said it exactly. Special teams can kill you, and tonight it's killed North County a couple of times. The big 95-yard run back, and then on that what looked like a fake punt that just didn't go anywhere. Now Rolla has the potential of going up now by 3 scores.
On to attempt. It's Reeves. The extra point brought to you by Complete Vision Care. Locations in Leadington and Festus, the ideal choice for your glasses, contacts, and suitable eye health since 1966. Kick is up and good. And Rolla leads by 21. Here with 4:21 left to go in the third. 15-yard touchdown pass. Easton Smith to Cameron Brown. We'll take a break, come right back. Again, 4:21 left to go in the third. Listen to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240 KFMO.
We're for the state of Missouri. We're for trout fishing, barbecuing, underarching, fountain swimming, road tripping, and show me sing. We're for people who would live here, people who won't, people who farm, and for people who don't. We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
Back here on KFMO, before we get you back to Bonne Terre, just a couple of score updates. Farmington, well, they're crushing Sykeston. It is 42-0. And Caruthersville and Valley Catholic. Caruthersville was in the red zone. They gave it away. Valley Catholic had it, and Caruthersville intercepted a pass. So they're back in the red zone. Back out to you guys in Bonne Terre.
Nice. We're back here in Bonne Terre. A 15-yard touchdown pass from Easton Smith to Cameron Brown. Brown, 2 catches, 37 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's a nice conversion rate tonight for the big tight end. And Rolla holds a 3-score lead. Kick is sent away by Peter Smith. That one going to bounce into the end zone for another touchback. Connor Harbit with you. Glenn Berry tonight. Up top, Jay Sodal and Jewel Booyer. Back in the studio over in Park Hills, Jared Pettis and Brady O'Cooley. Everybody doing a great job as always as North County takes over 1st down and 10 on their own 20. Last drive, I think pretty safe to say, not the best that the Raiders have put forward here tonight. And at this point, you just got to maybe try to score as quickly as you can. You're trailing by 3 scores. A quick score could probably get you back into it.
Yeah, this is an opportunity, I think, for North County to try to air it out a little bit because they've had some success with the passing game here tonight, but they're going to have a lot of success to get back at it.
McClure looking for the pass on 1st down, looking for that out route. Intended receiver on the play was Lashley. Falls incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
Michael Hammer defending on the play.
McClure tonight, the completion percentage has been solid, 15 of 20. That's about 75% of your passes tonight. 107 yards. Does have the interception to his name, even if it didn't stick. McClure having an okay day tonight. That ball just a little bit underthrown. Lashley sent in motion. It's an end around here, getting his first carry of the day. That would be Sherfus.
Jackson Sherfus on
He's been kind of the do-it-all guy tonight for the Raiders.
Michael Hammer on the stop. Picked up about 9 on that play.
Gain of 9 for Sherfus. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Well, Sherfus has been a lot of the offense tonight for this North County team. Of course, McClure doing a good job at quarterback, but they've got to get just a little bit more out of each one of these drives. They're doing good on a couple of plays and then not.
Hand off to Lashley. He's got the 1st down, and he's going to push his way through for a few extra yards after the fact, past the 35 to the 36.
Well, you can kind of look at maybe the argument that maybe you're looking at Rolla's defense getting a little tired. They've been out there for quite a while because every time their offense gets the ball, it's one and done, and then they're back out there again. But if you're North County, you can't depend on that because you're eventually going to run out of, time to get back into this game.
Trips right. It was a gain of 7 for Lashley. 1st down and 10. Ball on the 36. McClure fakes the handoff. Lost the football. Ball's loose. Who fell on it? Rolla says they have it. And it will be Bulldog football. Another turnover here on North County. And the Bulldogs, who have really just not had to go far tonight on their drives, they'll take over on the 34-yard line.
Well, that's not what North County needed at all. In fact, they're going to give the ball right back to this Rolla team with 3:11 to go in the third quarter, and a team that's already up 28-7. I think that ball never did find its way into the running back's hands. He caught it and kind of held it out in front of him trying to get a grip on it, and it eventually popped out of his hands. And down to the turf it goes, and Rolla back on offense.
So out comes the Rolla offense, led this time by Blaine Sababo. Under center, dropping back to pass, looking for that one-on-one down the left sideline. Jump ball, incomplete. And again, good coverage there from Ian Marler. Marler didn't know the ball was on the way, but what did he do? He stuck his hands out and just kind of face guarded his man, made sure to make no contact. And the intended receiver on the play, that being, I believe down the sideline, that was Jay Luce. He just couldn't really put any hands on it.
Yeah, he did a good job of keeping him from getting any hands on it at all. He just turned around and got in his way so where he couldn't reach up there and grab it.
2nd down and 10. Marler's been impressive tonight in the secondary. Got burned once, but he's been stellar since. Man set in motion, pitch out. Peter Smith takes it. Tripped up, though, in the backfield.
Peter Smith on the carry.
Brady Duncan caught him just by the shoe top there. And that was enough to trip up Peter Smith. Loss of 2, 3rd down and 12.
Lost about 2 on the play, make it 3rd and 12.
Good job that time by the North County defense to hold Rolla on a 2nd down play to negative yardage. And if you do that, that puts them in a 3rd and long situation. You might have a chance to get this ball back without any more points being put on the board. They got to come up big here. I think on this particular play, this might be an opportunity. If they don't get significant yardage, we might see them try to punt the ball and pin North County up against the end zone.
3rd and 12. 2 wide receivers lined up to the left. Simmons sent in motion. Sababo will pitch it out here to Simmons. Simmons bouncing it out toward the left sideline. He's got the 1st down. Up the sideline, 15, 10, 5. He's going to be pushed out of bounds. We'll see where they say he stepped out, but he's got the 1st down and a lot of yardage. They'll put it at about the 7-yard line.
Well, that was just a combination of speed and really good blocking on that offensive line. The pitch play out to the left side. North County thought they had it snuffed out in the backfield, but instead the pitch came at the last moment. And around the corner and down the sidelines they go, and great blocking by that Rolla Bulldog team to get down to the about 7-yard line?
To the 7-yard line. It was a gain of 28. 1st down and goal. Peter Smith sent in motion. Handoff up the middle to Emery. 2 yards. 2nd down and goal.
Weston Weibel.
They'll give him 1. Put it on the 6. Weston Weibel on the tackle. That draws the applause for the North County faithful. I think there might be some members of Weibel's family down below us.
At first I thought maybe something happened on the field, and I was watching and I heard the applause, and then I thought, oh, it must be Weibel's family.
It's just support for the boy.
Yeah, nice job by Weston.
Weibel, the defensive tackle, going through and tackling the 200-pounder Emery. 2nd and goal, 1:30 left to go in the 3rd. It's a keeper for Sababo. He'll get another couple of yards, but North County able to push him back shy of the end zone. It'll be 3rd and goal, gain of 3.
Well, this all came about after a fumble on the, or actually a turnover on downs after a fumble was recovered by Rolla at the North County 34. And then 5 plays later, here they are down inside the red zone around the 3-yard line. It is 3rd and goal from the 3. I know North County would like a stop here, maybe even try to stop on a 4th down. They would like to keep them out of the end zone, but that time is really starting to be an enemy of the Raiders.
Yeah, Rolla's more than content to just run some time off the clock with the lead they have. Pitch out to the right. Peter Smith is untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Yes, they would like to run off some clock, but points don't hurt. 34-7 Rolla. 43 seconds left to go in the 3rd.
Well, that was just an easy run into the end zone, and Peter Smith is good at that. 6'1", 175 yards. He found the hole, and he just walked it into the end zone.
6 carries, 15 yards, 2 touchdowns for Peter Smith. 3 if you count his kickoff return, and also has an interception tonight. Of course, also has a fumble, but the interception was pretty cool.
I think he'd give up 1 fumble for the other stuff he's done tonight.
For the 3 touchdowns and all that. I think he's got a pretty positive point differential tonight. Reeves on to attempt the PAT, brought to you by Complete Vision Care. Kicks through the uprights, and good. 35-7 Rolla. 43 seconds left to go in the 3rd. We'll come right back. More football on the way. Week 5 of the high school football season. You're listening to High School Football here on AM 1240 KFMO.
Discover quality buildings made to last at A1 Outdoor Products. From cabins and garages to metal carports and utility sheds, every structure is built with care and backed by strong warranties, including 5-year workmanship and rust protection. Step inside to see craftsmanship up close and find the perfect fit for your needs and budget. Visit A1 Outdoor Products on Weber Road in Farmington or online at a1outdoors.org. Built local, built strong.
High school football on KFMO Sports Live. Watching high school football on KFMO Sports Live.
Another good kick from Peter Smith. It'll be a touchback, and North County will take over at their own 20-yard line. 35-7 following the latest Rolla touchdown. This one a 3-yard scamper for Colton Peter Smith. 3 touchdowns on the day for Peter Smith. Maybe a contender tonight for some free pizza. Of course, our Little Caesars Pizza player of the game. Stay tuned to our Cornerstone Furniture Mattress post-game show. We'll take you through all of that tonight. Play of the game, player of the game, out-of-town scoreboard, coaches interviews, a robust post-game, all coming up at the end of this one. But we still got over a quarter to play. 43 seconds left to go in the third. McClure will take the snap and hand it off to Lashley, following his blockers. Gets away from one tackler, but eventually Rolla in for the stop. We do get a flag thrown in at the end of the play. It would be maybe a gain of 2 or 3 before the flag, but the flag was very late. That's usually going to lead to a personal foul of some sort. But they'll talk about it. As Lashley heads to the sideline, Jesse Johnson will sub in. See Johnson for the first time tonight on the offensive side of things. But still no call on the flag. 34 seconds left to go in the third.
We saw a ton of flags early in this game. I think it was 5 plays that Rolla ran, and they had 4 of them were illegal procedure, and they got that cured. North County picked up a couple of them as well, and now Rolla's going to pick up a personal foul, a 15-yarder.
So it is on the Bulldogs. So give Lashley his couple yards, and then add a couple. And by a couple, I mean a full 15. First down and 10. Ball on the North County 37-yard line. Raiders really just trying to find some sort of forward momentum in this game. Again, the turnovers have been a setback. The turnover on downs, the special teams mistakes. Just a series of mistakes that have built up throughout the course of this one. Handoff to Jesse Johnson on first down and 10, and he's going to lose some yardage.
You know, I see a lot of Raider fans and a lot of Raider players on this sideline yelling. That looked like a face mask, and I think it might have been inadvertent, but nobody caught it. And a bunch of the players are screaming and actually talking to the referee, who turns around and says, no, he didn't grab him by the face mask. He grabbed him somewhere else. So I don't know.
So that'll do it for the third quarter. It's a 28-point lead for the Rolla Bulldogs. We got 12 minutes left to play. We'll see if North County has a little magic in them. They'll need a lot tonight if they want to earn that second win of the season. We'll take a break and come right back. You're listening to High School Football in the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240 KFMO.
When you can't be bothered to fuss with being your own barista, McDonald's McCafe has every cup to make a busy day delicious. With any size for the same price. Get a premium roast coffee for $1.69, iced coffee for $2.29, and specialty coffee for $3.29. Don't stress over the mess of making it yourself. Whether you like things simple with a premium roast coffee or sweet with an iced caramel macchiato, we'll do the coffee crafting for you any way you like.
Central Rebels next week. Of course, we'll go over your full upcoming broadcast schedule here in a few moments. But the Central Rebels will take on Potosi next week. We'll make our way down to Potosi for the second time this season to check that one out. Again, you're listening to Week 5 of the high school football season here on AM 1240 KFMO. 35-7 entering the final quarter of play. Rolla leads North County. Jackson Scherfus, a gain of 4 means third down and about 7 to go. McClure just going to chuck one down the left sideline looking for Scherfus, and he made the catch at about the 25-yard line. That one was a bit of a hanger. Ooh, well, the Rolla D-back says it was dropped, and it's incomplete.
Oh, wow.
Must have lost it. Again, back turned to us, and somehow must have lost that ball. It kind of just turned into a jump up and grab it, but somewhere between making the catch and jump and hitting the ground, he lost the football.
Well, I tell you what, it was going to be a fantastic catch if he had made it anyway, because the ball was underthrown. He got on the other side of the defender, came back on this side of the defender, and then had to leap around him to kind of get away from where the defender was standing. And it looked like he made that catch, but that official on the far side is the one that made the call, and he's right over there where he could see it well.
Cole Mullins on to punt. Theoretically, we still haven't seen a punt tonight. We thought we were going to get the first, but ended up being tackled for a big loss. This one's going to go off, though. Solid punt. Going to bounce at about the 35, rolls right on past Peter Smith, and this one's going to pin the Bulldogs back all the way to the 6-yard line. Great punt there from Mullins. That ball rolled right on by Peter Smith. He wanted to field it and perhaps run with it. Already one special teams touchdown today, but it took a bit of an odd hop and just kind of took off right on by.
And I don't know if you noticed it or not, too. When that ball took that odd hop, he actually stuck his hand out there and then thought better of it, because all he had to do was touch it, and North County is off to the races. So he was lucky that he didn't get hit by that ball and its odd hop, and they're going to take over deep within their own territory.
This is something we haven't seen really here tonight. The Bulldogs in their own territory with the turnovers and the solid returns tonight. Rolla's just kind of had an easy path to the end zone. Before this drive starts, let's send it back to the studio. Jared, what you got for us?
Guys, thanks. Farmington is final. They're back in the win column, beating Sykeston 42-6. Central on the board against St. Genevieve, trailing 35-7 halfway through the fourth. Valley Catholic, with 10 minutes left in regulation, take the lead over Caruthersville 20-13. Malachi Fowler, 6-yard rushing touchdown, point after good. Back to you guys.
Easton Smith under center, first down and 10, ball on the 6. Peter Smith sent in motion. It's a quarterback keeper for Smith. Jukes away from one Raider, up the right sideline. He is going to find his way all the way.
Peter Smith on the carry.
Excuse me, no, that actually was a handoff to Peter Smith. Straight up lied to you all. But he does get to the 24-yard line, gain of 18, first down and 10.
I tell you what, I was waiting for him to break that. He actually got to the outside, and all he really had to do was beat that one defender, and that one defender pulled on his uniform and pulled him out of bounds. Otherwise, we might have seen a 94-yard run to go with his 95-yard kickoff return.
First down and 10, ball on the 24. Ball was not pinned back deep for long. One wide receiver to each side, Simmons to the right, and one to the left. Some early movement. Actually, it was not Simmons over on the right side, it was Lewis.
5-yard penalty, it'll be first and 15.
Lewis jumped, actually several players jumped, but Lewis was one of them and then immediately threw himself to the ground. That's one way to penalize yourself after committing a penalty, just throw yourself to the turf real quick, but it will be first down and 15.
Well, like I said before, they were having issues with penalties in that first quarter. After that, they kind of cured themselves of it, but, here in this fourth quarter now, they pick up another one.
First down and 15. Smith fakes the handoff, dropping back to pass. Chucks one down the left sideline, looking for Peter Smith. No, it's too far. Incomplete. It'll be second down and 15. Well, Rolla, they're not letting up off the gas here with a 28-point lead.
No, they're not. And from this angle, I was having a hard time figuring out who that ball was intended for, because it kind of looked like it was headed out to the receiver closer to this sideline, but instead it was right there in the vicinity of Peter Smith, I guess, and as he went up to try to grab it, he couldn't pull it down. Actually, I think, it was Colton Peter Smith, and just a little bit beyond his reach.
Second down and 15 after the incompletion. One wide receiver to the left. They're going to pack it in otherwise. Two wingbacks, one sent in motion. Handoff up the middle to Emery. Jumps forward and gets back just barely beyond the line of scrimmage. He'll find 6. Third down and 9.
Well, I think if you're Rolla, you're not in 4-down territory, so you may punt after this, but all you really got to do is eat some clock up and then get rid of the ball. Even if you don't get first down here on this next play, get rid of the ball, get it back to North County, but put them back on their side of the field and then trust your defense after that. They've got a little bit of rest on this drive and an opportunity to get rested and get back out on the field.
Third down and 9. It's two wide receivers lined up to the left. Wingback sent in motion, that's Peter Smith. Smith looking to pass, gonna look for the left sideline. Pass is bobbled and incomplete. Lewis was the intended receiver on the play. He was open, but he just couldn't hang on.
Yeah, he had that right in his hands, and he just couldn't hang on to it. In fact, I think he was thinking about getting his feet down inbounds so much that he took his eye off the ball just a split second, and it got away from him.
It's 4th down and 9, and, well, Rolla will go for it. Or, excuse me, not go for it.
I was going to say.
I have no idea where I was at. Rolla's going to punt it away. I think I was thinking about going for it. Video game style. You might as well. There's no punting in video games. But they're going to punt it.
Yeah, even though this is a 35-7 game, you don't want to give North County any momentum at all. If you give them the ball back this deep in your territory and they are able to score, you're looking at possibly an onside kick. You're looking at maybe, a turnover that could turn this game around again. So you just want to put them back in their end zone and make them eat some clock up a little bit.
Carter Reeves, also the team's punter. One man back to receive. It's a high arcing punt. Fair catch called. Noah Lashley going to let it bounce. Takes a good Rolla bounce. It's going to be picked up at the Raider 29-yard line.
Ball down at the 28-yard line where the Raiders will start out 1st and 10.
Well, at this angle, it looked like the 29. It'll be the 28. 1 yard's difference. Story of my life. 10:30 left to go here in the ballgame.
It's one of those things where you watch an official run down the field and he's got his arm up or he's getting ready to run. You think, oh, I know where he's going, and he kind of takes that curve just for a second and goes a yard off. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of a game I did years ago, one of the first games I ever did on radio, and I forgot my glasses at home. And they had the yard markers on the far side of the field, and I couldn't read any of them. So all night long, these guys were on different parts of the field that probably they didn't even know about.
1st down and 10. 10:30 to go in this one. McClure will hand it off. With some room to run, it's Scherfus. He'll find the 1st down. To about the 40, he'll go. Well, I've been told to hold that thought. They'll put it at the 40. There you go. Gain of 12 on the play for Scherfus. That was Scherfus's first carry.
He's been involved in the offense in several different ways here tonight, mostly on the receiving end. And, he's come close to making a couple of really fantastic catches here tonight. We've seen him defensively do well. If this North County team had been a little bit closer, he might be a candidate for a player of the game.
He's certainly done some work tonight. Here is Brady Duncan on the catch. He's going to find himself 12 yards. Back-to-back 12-yard gains. And it's 1st down and 10 Raiders. Ball will be inside Rolla territory, placed on the 49-yard line.
Yeah, 2 plays. Got about a 10-yard gain on the first one. Got about a 12-yard gain on the second one. This North County offense has found some holes in this Rolla defense, but it hasn't been consistent enough to keep Rolla's defense on the field.
2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Shotgun with Lashley in the backfield. McClure takes a snap. Handoff to Lashley on 1st down. Across the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or 2. 2nd down and 8.
Somebody might be asking, okay, why are you running the ball when you're having a good opportunity on in the air and kind of moving the ball like that? Well, you got to keep running a little bit to kind of keep that defense honest. Otherwise, they back up and just wait for the longer passes.
Ball on the 47-yard line of the Bulldogs. McClure again takes a snap. He'll roll out to his right, looking for that quick out route. Pass is caught here by Scherfus. Out of bounds after he gets the 1st down. Ball to the 36-yard line. Gain of 11. Scherfus adds 11 more yards to his total tonight. 6 catches for 61 yards. 10 yards been about the average tonight for Scherfus.
You got 35-7 as the score right now. North County seems to be doing what they want to offensively. Also got to realize, too, that Rolla is bringing in some subs here or there. So you got a couple of second stringers out there who haven't got a lot of playing time either.
Lashley takes the handoff on 1st down, lowers the shoulder and drops the boom on the linebacker. Wins that battle and gets a few more yards for his troubles. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Gain of 3.
And that's not taking anything away from the North County offense. They're still executing the plays and doing what they need to do. And they need to take advantage of anybody that's in the game that may be kind of learning what they're supposed to be doing at this point.
2 to the right. Scherfus the tight end. And a wide receiver to the left. McClure again drops back to pass. Time in the pocket, but now will get sacked lost the football, and I think he fell on it. It'll go down as a quarterback sack, and there will be some yards lost here. Back beyond the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Well, again, that consistency and all that. Yeah, they've done really, really well at times, and then that's just a play that you can't allow to happen. That losing yardage, getting the sack, and more clock running off as you just keep backing up.
Under 8 to go in the ball game now. Trips to the left on 3rd down. Most likely going to see North County operate in a 2-down kind of set. Pass toward the left sideline looking for Strawn. Falls incomplete.
For Kyle Strawn, it's incomplete.
Incomplete. And it'll be 4th down and 12. And if you're North County and you're not waving the white flag, you go for it.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to go for it on this one. See if they can pick up the yardage, get a first down, maybe get an opportunity to get at least a few points out of this, maybe a field goal later. But right now they're thinking, what do we got to do for 12 yards to get it downfield to keep this clock on our side and not have to turn the ball back over?
So they'll go for it here. Ball on the 39-yard line of Rolla. McLaurin shotgun. And somebody jumped.
That might help.
Judging by Lashley's reaction, I think it might have been. I think it's on the center. I think that snap came in earlier. He moved.
Yep.
Tried to stop himself, but it was too late. False start here on North County.
I started to say whenever they blew the whistle and threw the flag, when I said that might help, it may be that they didn't catch the guy, but it kind of looked like somebody on the North County line moved earlier. So that makes it worse. It's 4th and 17.
I think it might have been Colton Bullock, judging by his reaction down there. It'll be 4th down and 17. McClure looking to pass, pocket collapsing, bounces out to the left. Just going to float one up for his man Simon, but it falls incomplete. And it's a turnover on downs. Rolla takes over, 1st down and 10 with 7:31 left to go.
Well, that complete drive started at the North County 28 and had a lot of promise in it because they got down, I think, close to about the 35 of Rolla, and then it just went backwards from there. So they couldn't quite get that play they needed to get it into the end zone.
To the studio we go. Jared.
Yeah, thank you, Connor. We got a couple of finals up north. Festus beats Hillsboro 40-14. Central Falls to St. John 35-7. And Connor, we got some games coming up this week, or next week, I guess. You get to tell us about those in the next upcoming long break.
Yeah, thank you. Nice. A little bit of backstage work on the air. That's our Jared Pettis. Blaine Sababo will take the snap, hands it off to up the middle. That would be Hayden Emery. Emery will bounce it out for about 5. So look forward to that. Actually, it's about 6.
2nd and 4.
It'll be 2nd down and 4. 7:10 to go here in the 4th.
Well, that was an opportunity for North County to make the score look a little bit better, and they just got themselves penalized and couldn't quite make the big play when they needed to.
Option play, pitch out to Simmons. Simmons stiff arms the would-be tackler, somehow able to get some yardage on that play. And hit out of bounds. Scherfus on the tackle. Simmons a little slow to get up.
Taken out of bounds by Jackson Scherfus.
In fact, the whistle blows, the trainer coming across.
Well, so is Jackson Scherfus. He's limping on that left leg, and I think he might have just got hit pretty hard in that leg, and Simmons as well, as they both got tangled up and went down.
Simmons is the player still down. Scherfus is back on his feet. And Simmons is back up. Head coach Derek Heflin all the way over on the North County sideline, talking with one of the North County head coaches. Nothing too intense, it seems like. But Heflin will head on back, and it'll be 3rd down and 2.
Well, I think that was one of those plays where the momentum carried both of them into the out-of-bounds lane over there on the near side. And as they stepped out of bounds, their feet were tangled up, their bodies were tangled up, and they just both went down. And they went down hard. That's 2 big guys right there. Jackson Scherfus came up limping just a little bit as well, but he seems to be okay.
After this 3rd down play, we'll go ahead and... I'm getting mixed signals here. 3rd down and 2. Man set in motion. Handoff to Peter Smith. In the open field. Jukes to his right. Up the right sideline. Does he have his 4th touchdown tonight? Yes, he does. Touchdown, Rolla. 46 yards. Peter Smith with his longest play of the night. Longest touchdown of the night. and Rolla will take a 41-7 lead.
Well, you just can't let him get to the outside, and that's exactly what happened. He got to the outside, and he was gone, and that one pretty much puts this one away for a Friday night, a homecoming that North County would rather forget probably, except for the young lady named Abigail Lane, who was named queen here tonight of the coronation. But otherwise, North County will probably put this one in the thanks but no thanks memory box.
Reeves on to attempt the PAT, brought to you by Complete Vision Care, with locations in Leamington and Festus, the ideal choice for your routine exams and anything regarding your eye care since 1966. Kick is good, 42-7 Rolla, with 6:40 to go in the game. We're going to keep it here through the timeout as, well, now we'll bring you your upcoming broadcast schedule, brought to you by McDonald's with locations in the Parkland. Next week, we've got plenty of volleyball for you. 3 volleyball broadcasts, and all of those broadcasts involve the Potosi Lady Trojans. Lots of great volleyball teams in the area, and we'll see 3 great games next week. We'll be in Potosi on Monday. That's where we start things off. It will be the Lady Trojans taking on Valley Catholic. It'll be our first time seeing the Warriors this season. That one should be very, very good. I'm not the most accurate. Man, I'm bombing this one. We'll just go ahead and move on. Tuesday, it'll be Potosi taking on the Farmington Knights. Again, that will be over in Potosi as well. We'll take Wednesday off. We'll come back on Thursday, make our way down to St. Genevieve. The Dragons saw them earlier this week for the first time. They will play Potosi. And then on Friday, week 6 of the high school football season, we'll have Central at Potosi. We'll see the Trojans football team for the second time this season. So again, that's your upcoming broadcast schedule, brought to you by McDonald's with locations in the Parkland. Hungry from the excitement of the game? Stop by your local McDonald's and pick up a Big Mac or some Chicken McNuggets and a soft drink. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. I thought I heard something there. Noah Lashley with the big return here after the kick. Lashley's got some open field. He's to the 50, heading toward the left sideline. He slides at about the 48-yard line. I think he might have been forced into a slide there, but a big return for Lashley. And the Raiders will start here in Bulldog territory. 6:20 to go as we get the running clock. It is 35 in the fourth with that last Rolla touchdown. But for North County at this point, it's just about making sure that you finish strong. There's no moral victories in football. There really isn't, especially at the end of kind of a drubbing like this. But it's just about playing hard and making sure that you're still executing. You don't want to kind of get into sloppy mistakes that might carry over in the next week.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to let your shoulders sag and just say, oh man, this. You don't want to get it in your mind either, because sometimes you get that in your mind to where you feel like that a game starts to go against you. You kind of droop your shoulders a bit, and then it all goes in snowballs, and you don't want that to start here.
First down and 10, handoff to Jesse Johnson. Jukes back to his left. That's a big run. Gets past the 40 to the 41, gain of 9. Johnson, his second carry of the day. This one goes forward. He's got 2 carries for 7 yards tonight, but a gain of 9 here.
This North County team's got some talent, and they've got some guys in some key positions that can move the football. The problem is, as Coach Jones said, they're not consistent in what they do. They can come out and move the football, and then they just stop, and sometimes go backwards with penalties, or maybe, taking a sack when they needed to just get rid of the ball. They've got to be better at those things.
Second down and short. Keeper here for McClure. Jukes to his right, past the 30, and pushed out of bounds at the 26. Big gain for McClure. Gain of about 13 on the ground for McClure.
Still weird to me after all these years to look up at the clock still running after a guy steps out of bounds. I mean, over the years I've seen so many games, and then they started the running clock thing with a 35-point lead. I remember, I think the first time I saw it was at Fredericktown, and I was like, what's going on with the clock? And that's when I realized, oh yeah, they got a running clock now.
I got a story about running clocks, or maybe the lack thereof here after this first down play. First down and 10, handoff to Johnson to his left, falls at about the 25. Give him a couple. Second down and 8. Over in the great state of Kansas, where of course I made my name for a few years, as we will take a pause here for an injured Raider. He's already back up. It looks like that is Logan McCarty, limping a little back to the sideline.
He's been banged up here tonight. I've seen him get up a couple of times, not this bad, but a couple of times limping around, and he's been banged up quite a bit down there on that line, and they could ill afford to lose a tough guy like McCarty down there.
McCarty will be helped back here, but he is walking under his own power. But as I was saying, over in the state of Kansas, 8-man football, I know it's not as popular here in Missouri. It's a big thing over in Kansas. We get a shotgun formation. McClure rolling to his right, going to look for his man. That ball swatted down by Sababo in coverage, 3rd down and 8. At a certain score, there's no running clock. The game will be called. It's the mercy rule to end all mercy rules, and games can end at the half. So if you get a good 8-man team, you can see games that end in about 40 minutes or so.
Wow.
It's one of the wildest things you'll ever see on a football field, and I've talked with several coaches about it, and sometimes that can work against a good team like that if you only get 40 minutes per game action per week. Shout out to the Sedan Blue Devils. Doing some Game of the Week coverage over there. Saw them plenty. Here's a handoff to Scherfus. Gets by the 20 into the red zone to about the 19-yard line or so. Gain of about 6.
And you know,
It'll be 4th down.
This is a pretty good drive going on again for North County, but with the running clock, that clock is just disappearing on them right now. And on 4th down, they need a 1st down to keep possession of the ball, maybe try to get a score, to maybe make the score look a little more respectable.
Yeah, it's all about, again, just kind of making sure that you end this drive playing hard. Keeper up the middle, McClure. Well, there you go. Touchdown, North County. Kind of slips through the Rolla defense. It's a 19-yard score. The clock will continue to run after the kickoff, but, well, actually, no, excuse me, that's back within 35. Stop the running clock for now. It may be out of hand at this point, but again, North County at least gets to carry it into the end zone another time here tonight.
Well, again, I think this North County team has some talent here. They've got some people in key positions that look good offensively. They needed a few extra stops here tonight, maybe some better special teams play. I mean, Rolla's picked up 14 points off of special teams tonight.
Kick is up and good from Mullins. That'll make it 42-14. Rolla still leads by 4 scores. We'll go ahead and take a break. We got 2:29 left to go in this one. Again, 42-14, Rolla leads. You're listening to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240 KFMO.
Struggling with your car but don't have a reliable shop? Wade's Auto Service is a complete maintenance and repair shop in the Parkland area since 2015. Locally owned and operated, Wade's Auto Service wants to be your first choice for all your auto service and repair needs. Plus, they offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile part and labor warranty. Trust Wade's Auto Service, 228 East Harrison Street in Farmington, or give them a call at 573-664-1302.
You're watching high school football on KFMO Sports Live. You're watching high school football on KFMO.
19-yard touchdown run for Brady McClure, his 2nd touchdown run of the night. 2 touchdowns for North County tonight. 42-14, Rolla leads by 28. It'll stop the running clock for now, but only just a couple minutes left to go in this one. Connor Harbit with you, Glenn Berry to my right. Up top, Jay Sodal and Jewel Booyer running camera tonight on KFMOsports.com and on Facebook at AM 1240 KFMO. Back in the studio, of course, Jared Pettis, who has a beautiful whistling sound. And, of course, Braden Cooley, who I don't know if he can whistle, but I'm sure it's great. Kickoff is up and away. Peter Smith going to chase after it, but lets it fall into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be Rolla 1st down and 10, ball on the 20. So Rolla improves to 3-2 on the season. North County will fall to 1-4. And while I like this game, yes, Rolla won by 28 tonight, but I did like a lot of what North County had going on. There were just a couple plays tonight that I think really kind of doomed them. Some mistakes on special teams, a couple of turnovers that maybe kind of gave the Bulldogs an easy path to the end zone. Things that you can iron out, but you just can't make mistakes against a team like Rolla.
Yeah, you're exactly right. This is a team that they've got talent. They've got some holes. North County is who I'm talking about, and a couple of plays here or there. This has a different feel to the game. They may still have lost it, but maybe by not such a large margin.
Jay Luce on the carry.
Second stringers into the game for Rolla. Jay Luce will get his first carry tonight. He'll be taken down behind the line, a loss of 1. Second down and 11. New quarterback into the game as well. That would be Logan Bull. Listed on the roster as a running back, but multi-talented it seems. Can also play at quarterback.
I think North County's defense, and you're going to look at this and go, you gave up 42 points, but I think their North County's defense has played very well for the most part. You just can't stop Colton
Peter Smith.
I mean, that dude is going to go probably next level. He's got the speed, he's got the size, everything, and there's a lot of defenses that are going to be looking up and watching him head down the sidelines like he did a couple of times tonight.
Handoff to Hayden Emery for a couple of yards, brings up 3rd down and 9.
There's Hayden's family right there, too.
A minute 30 left here on the clock. And yeah, when you look at the North County defense tonight, you look at the field position that Rolla was granted, and you say, well, you didn't make it easy. You take away the special teams touchdown, the kickoff return, I should say, and I would feel pretty good, I think, about the Raiders' defensive effort here tonight. They've been asked on a couple of long drives to just kind of keep trucking as well. So it's not been an easy night for this defense, and to hold to 42. It sounds weird, but it's a little true. 4th down, another carry, just going for it here. Hayden Emery, excuse me, that was 3rd down rather, but it's still going to be a gain of about 3. It'll set up 4th down, and with 45 seconds left to go, we'll see what Rolla chooses to do here with the second stringers in. They might just choose to run a play.
Well, this is I think, another lesson that North County learns, and I think they're going to take what they've learned in this game and understand that, first of all, Rolla was the better team here tonight, but secondly, they've got to play more consistently, defensively, offensively, and tonight special teams got them a couple of times. Gave up 14 points on special team. Take that away, it's a 28-14 lead, which is a little more manageable.
Punt away from Carter Reeves. Lashley calling fair catch and fields it about the 42. 9 seconds left here to go in this one. That'll give North County perhaps one chance at running a play if they so choose. But again, Rolla improves to 3-2 on the season, and North County falls to 1-4 as we officially cross the halfway point of the high school football season. So again, ball on the 42, and we'll see what this North County offense chooses to do. Solid win, though, for Rolla. Haven't really talked a whole lot about Rolla. And, of course, they're a team outside of our normal coverage area. This is a Rolla team that travels a lot. You heard us talk in the pregame with Coach Heflin. They're independent. They travel to different states. They travel all across the state of Missouri as it's a handoff here to Lashley. It can be hard for a team like the Bulldogs to do so much traveling, but from what we've seen here tonight, it's a solid Bulldogs program. Lashley will get a few more yards to end this one, gain of 5, and the whistle will sound. This one comes to an end. Again, the Rolla Bulldogs come to town and spoil the North County homecoming. Final score in this one, 42-14. So we'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go ahead and take ourselves a break. We'll go ahead and start up the Cornerstone Furniture Mattress post-game show tonight. We've got your stats, we've got your play of the game, player of the game, and of course we'll take a look at that Head door out of town scoreboard as well. A lot more coming up on the way. Final score, Rolla 42, North County 14. You're listening to high school football here in the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240, KFMO.
Shop, earn, redeem. You deserve it. With You Choose Rewards and your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard, you can earn points for the rewards you want most. Redeem your points for cash, merchandise, gift cards, or travel. Visit youchooserewards.com to register. Then use your Ozarks Federal Debit MasterCard to earn points. Stock up on groceries, order takeout, watch streaming services, gas up your vehicle, or upgrade your wardrobe, and redeem the points you earned for the rewards you want. The choices are endless. Ozarks Federal, the homeowners bank. Always loyal, always local. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The State Farm Personal Price Plan helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Contact local agent Chris Morrison for your personal price plan today.
For over 120 years, Gilster Mary Lee's products have been enjoyed in homes all across America. The grocery industry is essential and growing, and so is Gilster Mary Lee. As a private label grocery manufacturer, Gilster Mary Lee has a fleet of over 200 commercial tractors and 900 dry vans, and are currently hiring long-haul and regional company drivers. The loads are round trips, so drivers are home every week. If you're ready for a career with a company that's been in business for over a century, contact Mike Welker at 1-800-851-5371.
Hi, this is Trent Quiala, owner of Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress located in Park Hills. Come in now and enjoy all of our top savings with all the top name brands. We have Smith Brothers, Ashley, Southern Motion, England, and many more. We have all the top name appliances as well. LG, GE, Frigidaire, Bosch, and we offer mattresses. We offer free delivery and setup with 0% financing. Come in now and see our perfect selection and our perfect piece for you. Let us turn your house into a home at Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress, located on San Joe Drive in Park Hills.
Welcome to the Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress post-game show. Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress in Park Hills offers a wide selection of mattresses, couches, dining tables, and more. Transform your living spaces with Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress, where they turn your house into a home. The Cornerstone Furniture and Mattress post-game show on AM 1240 KFMO.
Supporting our communities since 1937. We'll start with Rolla's stat line here tonight. Easton Smith, 3 for 6 through the air, 49 yards, and a touchdown tonight. Blaine Sababo had 2 completions on 4 attempts for 39 yards and a touchdown tonight. Rushing, Colton Petersmith, your leader in that particular category. It was 8 carries for 74 yards and 3 touchdowns tonight. Hayden Emery, 14 carries, 63 yards. Easton Smith, 6 carries for 42 yards. Terrell Simmons, 3 carries for 31 yards. Jack Mrazowitz, 1 carry for 24 yards. Blaine Sababo, 1 carry for 3 yards. And then Jay Luce, 1 carry for -1 yards. Receiving, Colton Petersmith, 2 catches, 43 yards. Cameron Brown had 2 catches for 37 yards and a couple of touchdowns. And that's actually, no, Terrell Simmons had 1 catch for 6 yards as well. Now we take a look at North County. Brady McClure goes 18 for 26 tonight for 134 yards and an interception. Rushing, Noah Lashley, 20 carries for 67 yards. Brady McClure, 11 carries, 64 yards and a couple of scores tonight. Jackson Sherfus, 2 carries for 18 yards. And Jesse Johnson, 3 carries for 9 yards. And receiving, Jackson Sherfus, 6 catches for 61 yards. Kyle Strawn, 4 catches for 44 yards. Brady Duncan, 5 catches for 28 yards. Noah Lashley, 2 catches for 1 yard. And Kendrick Simon, 1 catch for no yards. Total team stats, North County, 134 passing yards, 158 on the ground for 292 yards total. That's an average of 5 yards per play tonight. As for Rolla goes 86 yards through the air, 236 on the ground, 322 total yards, and an average of 9 yards per play tonight. Those are your final game stats, brought to you by Sam Sisson Ford Lincoln, supporting our community since 1937. Shop local, where hundreds of makes and models come with a no cost to you forever warranty. Go online to SissonFord.com or call 573-431-3177. And now we'll just go ahead and move on over. How about our Cornerstone Furniture Mattress play of the game here in this one? We're going to go with a special teams play here tonight. There were a couple to choose from in that particular category, but we're going to go with the one that found the end zone. We're going to go with Colton Petersmith. He had all kinds of touchdown plays here tonight on the ground, etc., etc. But he also found a kickoff return for a touchdown. This 95-yard return, our Cornerstone Furniture Mattress play of the game. Kickoff is received at about the 5-yard line. On the return, Colton Petersmith right up the middle, and he's going to head up the right sideline to the 50, the 45. Nobody's going to catch him, and just like that, Rolla reclaims that 2-score lead. Touchdown Bulldogs. A 95-yard kickoff return. And the Bulldogs, well, we talked about their long punishing drives. Well, didn't need to bring out the offense this time as Petersmith showed off that speed a little bit. 95 yards to the house at the time, made it 21-7. As we know, Rolla wins 42-14. That return, though, our Cornerstone Furniture Mattress play of the game. Cornerstone Furniture Mattress, located on St. Joe Drive in Park Hills. Transform your living spaces with Cornerstone Furniture Mattress. Explore a wide selection of mattresses, couches, dining tables, bedroom furniture, and more. Cornerstone Furniture Mattress, where they turn your house into a home. One more thing for me to do as we think about it a little bit more. It's time for our Little Caesars Pizza player of the game. Today, well, yeah, we're going to give it to Colton Petersmith. For this one, the Bulldog, he pretty much did it all tonight. Through the air, had a couple of catches, 43 yards on a couple of catches. Petersmith on the ground tonight, 8 carries for 74 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then, of course, had the special teams touchdown. Had the interception. We won't hold the fumble against him. He still intercepted the pass, and honestly, Petersmith just had a great day on both sides of the ball. He'll be our Little Caesars Pizza player of the game. Little Caesars, located in Farmington. Get a classic hot and ready large pizza from Little Caesars in Farmington. Choose from a pepperoni, sausage, or cheese pizza for just $6.99, or a large thin crust pepperoni for just $7.99. Available all day, every day at Little Caesars in Farmington. That'll wrap up our portion of the Cornerstone Furniture Mattress post-game show. I'm going to head down to the field and talk to a couple coaches. We'll send it on back to the studio. Jared will take you the rest of the way. Again, final score from here in Bonne Terre at North County High School. It's Rolla 42, North County 14. You listen to high school football here on the Parkland Sports Leader, AM 1240 KFMO.
Hi, this is Trent Quiava, owner of Cornerstone Furniture Mattress located in Park Hills. Come in now and enjoy all of our top savings with all the top name brands. We have Smith Brothers, Ashley, Southern Motion, England, and many more. We have all the top name appliances as well. LG, GE, Frigidaire, Bosch, and we offer mattresses. We offer free delivery and setup with 0% financing. Come in now and see our perfect selection and our perfect piece for you. Let us turn your house into a home at Cornerstone Furniture Mattress, located on St. Joe Drive in Park Hills.